I want you all to go to your windows. Go to your windows and yell out, scream with all the life that you can muster up inside your bruised, assaulted, and battered bodies. I am sick and tired of being a nigga.
Tell the government, I don't wanna be another nigga. Tell them white folk, I don't wanna be another nigga. Tell them black folk, I don't wanna be another nigga. Tell the world, I don't wanna be another nigga. Waiting with my hands out, broke in the hood, they give a damn about. Bragging to my homie about the hoes I fuck. Drinking bottles after bottle, plus I smoke too much. I never had a job that would pay me well. I took what I could cause they gave me hell. Spend what I stole on some clothes and kicks. My ex-girl say I want a mount to shit, but she suck and fuck when my car roll up. Tried to fuck her sister, but she talk too much. Her mama shake her head whenever I come round. Whatever high I had when I saw her might come down. I barely go to church, but I say I will. I bow my head right before I eat my meal. The world's fucked up and they claiming I'm to blame. It's a damn shame, cause I don't wanna be another nigga. Tell the government, I don't wanna be another nigga. Tell them white folk, I don't wanna be another nigga. Tell them black folk, I don't wanna be another nigga. Tell the world, I don't wanna be another nigga. Waiting on the play to come through. Chilling with my homeboys, plotting on you. Watching movies, how to come up quick. Recruiting young niggas I can come up with. Barely read books, but they down to shoot. Live life, breaking rules, they got something to prove. Parents ain't around, they got nothing to lose. Wave the tool on a fool for some brand new shoes. Little child running wild in the streets. Wanna be a G, so he look up to me. Try to hit the block and make a name. Claim he caught a body, now we got it and he feeling all the same. Till the family of the victim come knocking. Bailing through the corners of the ghetto till they shot him. You still dying and they claiming I'm to blame. It's a damn shame, cause I don't wanna be another nigga. Tell the government, I don't wanna be another nigga. Tell them white folk, I don't wanna be another nigga. Tell them black folk, I don't wanna be another nigga. Tell the world, I don't wanna be another nigga. Always trying to sell you something. Don't really know shit, but try to tell you something. Tap dance if you want him to. Could've fed the hungry, but he bought them jewels. Won't ever look back, cause he gotta keep moving. Even if he leave his own people bamboozled. Taking credit like he did it by himself. Too much pride to realize that he really had help. Only judge a man by his wealth. He ain't me, so he can't feel how I felt. He saw me walking and he ain't looked back, too scared. We make eye contact, so he could say he didn't see me when he drove by. And I can say he didn't see me and it's alright. He just want the fame from the game, it's a shame. I bet he think I'm just another nigga. Tell the government, I don't wanna be another nigga. Tell them white folk, I don't wanna be another nigga. Tell them black folk, I don't wanna be another nigga. Tell the world, I don't wanna be another nigga.
We Japanese still. You getting cooked in front of your family like a Japanese meal. It's Yashup the Hibachi, and none of you niggas can stop me. But can't help but watch me. So look, bro. Every time, it's a brand new year. You know, same shit, different smell, as the saying goes. Every time you can count on it, the Black Hebrew Israelite is going to show himself to be an open racist and support anti-Semitic jargon, everything, you know, about Black Hebrew Israelites. It just streams revised and revamped redneck racism. So today we're going to be dealing with some anti-Semitism. And, you know, our dear and beloved brother named Pacroseeno, he's in charge of the Rumble Room channel on YouTube and the Rumble Room, the Biblical Rumble Room on Facebook. And he constantly posts video, images, memes of anti-Semitic rhetoric, anti-Jew rhetoric constantly. Like, that's pretty much his MO. It's part of this thing, this weird concept that Black Hebrew Israelites all have and they share in common. They feel like to validate their own claim to ancient Israel or being ancient Israelites, then therefore they have to tear down other people's identity and their claim by saying or invalidating whether or not they are Jews, or saying that they are the fake ones, that their Khazars, they're blase, insert insult here, instead of just worrying about focusing on whether or not they are, or do they have a true connection to the ancient Israelite peoples. They don't want to do that. They would rather just peddle a bunch of anti-Semitic jargon, right? And we're about to see that. And we are covered under Section 107 of the Copyright Code, Copyright 107, the Fair Use Act. We're going to be giving our commentary tonight. We're going to be giving our critique of the video. And then after we deal with Pacroseeno's biblical room propaganda, we're also going to be dealing with an East African supremacist. It is hilariously bad, the video. He believes that if you don't have a certain amount of autosomes, then you're not really quote unquote African, and you deserve to be the servant, in his words, the servants of the true Africans. So it's just a lot of weird racial purist doctrine on the internet. And, I want to spend some time and address and just talk about it. On one hand, you have this Black Hebrew Israelite supremacist that wants to, spread propaganda about Jews. And here's the thing, man. Black Hebrew Israelites despise Jews because they want to be Jews. It's just that simple. It's envy, right? It's envy. A lot of you guys that are Black Hebrew Israelites, you wish you were the Jews. You wish you had their position. You wish you had their communities. You wish you had their money. You wish you had their statehood. You wish you had their intellect. You wish that you had their business prowess. You wish you had their industries. You wish you had everything that they worked hard to build on their own, right? You wish you had that. You want their language that they worked hard to conserve. You see the common theme? The theme is you want what you don't work for. You want it to just land in your lap. And this is why Thomas Sowell, he summed it up the best way. You're indolent. You're indolent. This is why Yelashua Kadash is laughable at best, because let's be honest, that no one sat down and thought that out and tried to add structure to that and really make that into a viable dialect of Hebrew. It's very lazy and sloppily put together, and there is no real rules to it, right? And you gotta say stuff about Yiddish, but Yiddish is an actual dialect. If it wasn't for Jewish scholars and Jewish thinkers, we wouldn't even have what you have, biblical Hebrew, and you wouldn't even have a lot of these texts and these scrolls. It's just jealousy and envy, man. You guys hate Jewish people because you want to be Jewish people, but you don't want to put any of the work. You don't want to do any of the struggle that it takes to obtain what this group has. That's just call a spade tonight, man. That's just call a spade. It's the reason why I'm Yashubi ben Lucifer, man. Why I am Hashatan, the great adversary. I'm not afraid to tell you what you need to hear. I'm not afraid to oppose you and your nonsensical arguments. You guys want that. You want the state of Israel. You want it. You want their history. And this is why I said, a lot of you guys claim to be Assyrian refugees, or the product of the Assyrian exile. And if that's the case, then that would mean you would have nothing to do with 70 AD, as you guys always like to quote. You would have nothing to do with the construction of most of the Bible, most of the Torah, you would not have anything to do with that, because according to you guys, if you guys are exiled during that time somewhere in Africa, then you would not be anywhere close to, the scribes that were involved in Judea and the Levant constructing the text. Now, what I like to do is use logic, be logically coherent with your arguments. That's all we ask for on the channel. Be logically coherent. And I am Lucifer. I am the sun, because I am here to enlighten you guys. Because it's like they said in the beginning of the Wu-Tang song, man. They selling garbage around the way. 2 for $5. They selling garbage around the way. You guys have been eating and consuming bullshit from these black Hebrew Israelite cults for years. And you just regurgitate the same nonsense. The bodies have been dug from the ground, tested and exhumed. The genetics have been sequenced of these bodies, and they match your Ashkenazi people. They match your Mizrahi people, your Sephardi people, etc., etc., etc. Your Yemeni Jews, they match them. So they belong, and they fit in the time frame, and they fit the bioancestry of the Levant and Israel. So what are we talking about here? This is just an envious move by a lot of these black Hebrew Israelites on the internet. You want to be Jews. You want to be just like them. And you're just going about it the wrong way. All you're doing is going on the internet, spreading vitriol about them, when really you admire everything they do. You want their industry. You want their money. You want their loyalty towards one another. You want their community. You want their success. You want their schools. And you want their language. Y'all try to claim Hebrew. No, that BS Hebrew that y'all talking about, that Lashon Kodash that some of these one Westers peddle, it's garbage, man. Just like I said in the beginning of Wu. They selling garbage around the way, man. And that's all black Hebrew Israelite organizations are peddling. Garbage. There's nothing that you guys provide of substance. You understand? Nothing at all. All you have is a bunch of social media posts and YouTube videos trying to degrade an entire people group because you want to be them. There's got to be some kind of psychosis there. And I'm not talking to those that just blindly follow you guys. I'm talking about the people that claim to be leaders, that claim to be head of the organizations. I'm more so addressing y'all because most of the responsibility falls on your shoulders, even though every individual has responsibility and accountability, right? And I tell you guys all the time, you need to learn how to read, study, and research. Y'all claim to be Bible believers. Doesn't the Bible say, be not ignorant of anything small or great? Doesn't it say prove all things? Doesn't it say understanding what thou readest? With all thy getting understanding? Isn't those idioms that come from the Bible? Are not those sayings that come from the Bible, since y'all claim to be, biblically astute? But what we're doing is peddling ignorance, supporting ignorance, because a lot of you guys look for a feel-good religion, and you like to be an identitarian. And y'all just want to go through history and say, these people were black, these people were black, these people were black, that person was black, the Jews were black, the Indians was black, everybody black. Everybody are my ancestors, everybody. And you just rob the earth of diversity. You just rob the entire planet of diversity. That's what you do. With your racial purist ideology. And that's why y'all come with these crazy, outlandish ideas and concepts. Oh, white people come from aliens. White people come from Nephilim. Because you believe that there's some people on the internet that believe that white people just popped up out of nowhere, de novo, and just popped up on the planet Earth. Before that, it was just nothing but your ancestors on this planet. That's it. Just your ancestors. And then they got dropped off on a spaceship. Some of y'all believe that white people are some kind of the evil incarnates of the planet. All of this garbage that you got, you guys claim they're so evil, but you envy everything they do. Just come out and be like, listen, it's hard for y'all to do that. I like what they got going. I like the fact that they do this well. I like the fact that the average household makes $100,000 in the Jewish community. I like the fact that Jewish children excel in the sciences, in the concrete science. I like that. I would like to emulate that. I would like to push that type of culture in my community. Y'all can't say that. So y'all throw salt and hate towards these people. I like the fact that they built enterprises from the dirt, from the ground up, poured the foundation, cemented their legacy, and built on top of that. I like their work ethic. You can't do it. You can't come out and say that. You can't come out and say that because you have been trained and programmed by these cult leaders to spew vitriol about Jewish people. And all it is neo-Nazi talking points. And that's what we're about to see. A neo-Nazi propaganda video. That's what we're about to witness that was shared by Pacroseeno on the Biblical Rumble Room video, YouTube channel. That's what we're about to witness. And then, of course, we're going to combat it with academics and up-to-date scholarship like we always do. Because that's the issue. Y'all have these claims. Then we got to test your ideas with the evidence. The evidence says that they have a core that is autochthonous to that land. That they fit the time frame of the biblical Israelites. That they have the bodies in the ground that they have zoomed matching them. That makes you upset? What's wrong with y'all? But y'all Bible believers, though. I thought it was prove all things. I thought it was be ye not ignorant of anything small or great. Bible believer. I thought that's what you guys was in it for. I'm trying to find the truth. Well, that's the truth. And there's not an honest bone in your body. And when who I'm addressing this to, the leaders, the ones that should know better. 20, 30 years in this damn coat, man. Like Elder Nathaniel. Y'all should know better, man. And it's just using it as a Ponzi scheme to line your damn pockets, most of y'all. Again, in the words of the woo, y'all selling garbage around the way, man. This is just garbage. What are y'all providing? Y'all lambast the Christian church, but at least we can say the Christian church provide hospitals, schools, private institutions, marriage counseling. It's 1,000 things I could name that the Christian church does. Food silos, I can name them over and over and over again. Scholarships. What are Black Hebrew Israelite organizations doing? Nothing but making YouTube videos and yelling at random people they see on the street, peddling racist redneck talking points on the internet and in real life. That's the fruits of Black Hebrew Israelites. That's the fruits. You have nothing to show but negativity. That's it. and victimhood. You ain't laying no damn bricks. You shooting bricks. Oh, you want to know why you behind? Maybe you would have spent 20, 30 years and putting it towards a career, a business, putting it towards building something that's tangible. Maybe you wouldn't be in those conditions you are in. Maybe you're in the condition because you made a string of bad decisions. Maybe you're impoverished because you made a string of bad decisions. And it's not cool to say that to y'all because you always look for a way out. You always try to point the finger to something ancillary and say, no, it's this group the reason why I'm down and out. It's that group. No, maybe it's because you guys treat each other like shit. How about that? You have a perverse culture that's highly pervasive. How about that? And instead of trying to be the antidote and trying to reverse these things, you just cover them up and sweep them under the rug and just hate other groups that have figured it out. You hate Jewish people. You want to be Jewish people. But guess what Jewish people do? They shield their children and their community from negative culture. Because they understand it's not conducive to the familiar structure. It's not conducive to upward mobility. It is not conducive for anything that is going to net a positive. And then you got these Afrocentric Black Hebrew Israelites discouraging people from going to school, discouraging people from achieving higher education, discouraging everything that would better them to keep them indolent and impoverished. You look to these other groups, envy what they got, but you won't emulate their effort and put in the work and the sweat equity. You won't do that. This is why we call you sorry. You're a sorry bunch of sacks of you know what, sugar honey iced tea. Because you look at the people that's putting in the work, putting in the pain, and you hate them. Meanwhile, you a couch potato, you don't provide any value whatsoever, and you don't care to. This is your life. Internet. That's your life. All you do is do internet. You're on the live all goddamn day preaching your garbage. Like I said, in the words of Wu, you selling garbage around the way. You understand? Anyway, let's get into this video. We're going to break down this video and deal with what was stated in the video. Black Hebrew Israelites are upset at Jewish people because they want their culture, they want their language, they want their lifestyle, they want their riches. They want to be able to maintain familiar structures like they do. They want their enterprise. That's why you have your fake Hebrew, your fake Lashon Kodash, right? That's why you do these things and try to claim that somebody in the chat, somebody watching, answer me this. If you are the exiled Israelites from the time of the Assyrians, how are you included in the construction of the entirety of the Bible? Wouldn't you not be around during the construction of the entirety of the Bible? You would not even be there, right? Logically thinking. So who would be there? These people y'all love to hate and despise and talk shit about all the time. You got a YouTube channel. They got statehood. Think about that. You got YouTube channels and cults. They got a state. All right, let's get to this video, man. This is just madness. We are covered under Section 107 of the Copyright Act. Fair use. So we are covered. I will be giving my criticism and commentary of the video that was put on YouTube on the Rumble Room, Biblical Rumble Room YouTube channel. And while the video is playing, you will see the fair use banner at the bottom of the screen being displayed. Anyway, let's get into it.
So who are the original Hebrews?
The original Hebrews? Well, Hebrew means to cross over. When Abraham left the land of Ur, well, he crossed over. So that was his nickname they gave him. They said, oh, he's the one that left Chaldea and he went down beyond the Nile. And, his name, we call him a crossover. Hebrew. That's what it means, the one who crossed over. So like Hebrew.
So
the ones who crossed over.
The Jews that are in Israel currently, are those the original Jews?
Those in Israel now came from the Khazarian. Is it Khazarian? Ashkenazi? They came from Germany. Those in Israel now came from the Khazarian. Is it Khazarian? Ashkenazi? They came from Germany.
They came from Germany. They came from Germany.
They adapted. The king at the time was trying to figure out if he wanted to pick Christianity or Judaism or Islam.
See, this is the same anti-Semitic stuff that you Black Hebrews like to eat up. And the title is White Man Says 1948ers. That's a slur term for Israelis. They call them 1948ers because for some reason, they believe that they had nothing to do with the land of Israel before 1948. That's the slur. And you guys don't even know what happened in 1948. Yeah, you guys couldn't explain it to me. There were Jews in the land of Israel before 1948. They were there already. The Ashkenazis get there in the late 19th century. Before that, Sephardic Jews were already there during the Ottoman occupation. But see, this is the thing. Nobody supports reading and researching. Nobody supports looking up historical data. Nobody does this. That's why the Black Hebrew Israelite community is a cesspool of ignorance. You just regurgitate bad argument after bad argument, pseudo argument after pseudo argument, and pseudo means not genuine. That's what the word pseudo denotes. So this video he's sharing, he's trying to spread the idea that, Jews are actually Khazarians, which has been proven false. We have Khazarian burials. We know what the DNA, the genetic profile of Khazarian royals were, and they don't fit the genetic profile of Jews by and large. Right? And the beauty of it is the Khazarians themselves were darker skinned according to the phenotypic analysis that came a year later after they dug those bodies up and exhumed the bodies. That's why I keep telling y'all can't just go all skin color because, you got to look like a Nigerian. Well, if we go back further in time, as we brought out before, you look at the Mesolithic Europeans, the people that lived in France 10,000 years ago. The people that live in North Africa 10,000 years ago, your Ibero-Maurusians, they're going to look more robust. They're going to look more Africoid. Does that mean that they are your direct ancestors or the direct ancestors of the Yoruba? No, that doesn't mean that. We've been covering that on the channel. Just because you find someone in history has a similar look or phenotype does not mean they are your direct ancestors or direct ancestors of West Africans. It does not work like that. All right. So his claim. So the whole claim in the scheme of this is in the video. The scheme is to say this white man, which he probably doesn't even identify as a white man, says 1948ers are not true Israelites. And that the original Israelites were black. Because I keep saying this, you Black Hebrew Israelites feel as if in order to validate your claim, you have to invalidate their claim. It's a black and white fallacy. It's a true Scotsman fallacy. So we're going to test what he said with the data. Let me run that back.
Hebrew means to cross over. When Abraham left the land of Ur, well, he crossed over. So that was his nickname they gave him. They said, oh, he's the one that left Chaldea and he went down beyond the Nile. And, his name, we call him a crossover. Hebrew. That's what it means, the one who crossed over. So like Hebrew.
So
the ones who crossed over.
The Jews that are in Israel currently, are those the original Jews?
Those in Israel now came from the Khazarian. Is it Khazarian? Ashkenazi? They came from Germany. Those in Israel now came from the Khazarian. Is it Khazarian? Ashkenazi? They came from Germany.
They came from Germany.
They came from Germany.
They adapted. The king at the time was trying to figure out if he wanted to pick Christianity or Judaism or Islam. So he realized the father Abraham of the two faiths was the way to go. So they adopted that practice. And this is what's written in that book, The 13th Tribe, where it tells, and then they hope, years and years went on and they practiced Judaism.
So they're not, so the Jews that are there currently aren't the original Jews.
Man, this stuff got me in a lot of trouble years ago.
Listen, this is a lot of trouble show.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, well,
if it's in, okay, listen, let's not say this is your belief. Since we don't want you to feel a certain way. Just say in this book, it says this.
Yeah. Okay.
How about that?
So as far as the people that came there.
Wait a minute. Who were the people that were attacking you? Were the current Jews?
I can't say on camera.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Yeah.
Josh, it was your people.
No, it was not that. I'll tell you off camera.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But so
he's got a lot of knowledge, that's when people really come at you. Not for any of that weird shit people are usually paranoid about.
Oh, okay.
So this claim, again, Black Hebrew Israelites love trying to throw this Khazarian hypothesis out there. So let's just kill it real quick. They love spreading anti-Semite propaganda like this. We're going to just kill it real quick, diffuse it real quick. This is nonsensical. It's not supported by genetic data. It's not supported by evidence. This is just a claim. Again, the Khazarians start when? In the 9th century. The 9th century Common Era. The DNA of the people that are called Jews today extend back to the Levant, to Israel, in the Bronze Age before the Common Era. That's BC. That's 5,000 years ago. And you're bringing up a state, you're bringing up a polity that exists 1,100 years ago. The math is not mathing. We have destroyed this Khazarian BS 1,000 times already. But we can go to this paper here that was published recently. And this paper is known as, we're going to deal with the supplementary. Let me blow this up. This paper is known as the genome-wide data from medieval German Jews show that the Ashkenazi founder event predated the 14th century. So remember, he said, oh, they come from Germany. Well, where did they come from before that? Because if we use the same logic against Black Hebrew Israelites, they claim that they came from Israel and went to Africa. So why can't we just, you just come from Africa then? Be logically consistent. This is what I'll be talking about. Be logically coherent with your arguments. Your argument is incoherent because you're saying, oh, they were somewhere in Europe and then came back to Israel. Isn't that the same claim you're making? That you were in Israel at one point and then you got dispersed through the Assyrians or some other ancillary group or exile, or the curses of God dispersed you to the interiors of Africa. Isn't that what you guys teach? Well, okay, Jewish history and Jewish migratory and demography data shows that they dispersed from Israel, from Judea, from the Levant, and they make their way into Europe. They don't start in Europe. They don't start in Germany. This is what we call being disingenuous. But if you're going to say that and make this argument, then you have to be fair and apply it on both sides. It's called an Aristotle indictum. It has to apply across the board. Well, then that will negate you guys, because you guys are in America with some of you guys having West African origin and Central African origin. Some of you guys have a Native American origin, because African Americans are not a homogenous group. We do have genetic components from other groups outside of West Central Africa. Some of you guys literally descend from the Jews you talk about, the Jews you despise. There's a brother on the internet right now that is a downstream of EM123. That is a Natufian marker that he has. That is a Levantine marker. He shares ancestry with over 20% of the Ashkenazi Jewish people. He shares male paternal ancestry with them. Those are his cousins. Some of you African Americans descend from Jewish people. Some of you descend from Sephardi Jews. Some of you descend from Ashkenazi Jewish people. And some of you descend from Europeans. The pot calling the kettle black. Some of you have Iberian ancestry. Some of you have German, Nordic, Scandinavian ancestry on your mother and your father's side. African Americans are not homogenous. Just because you decide to call yourself black and y'all disagree to call each other black does not mean biologically you're all one or all uniform. 30 to 40% of African American males are European descendants, meaning your father's father's father came from France. Your father's father's father came from Spain. Your father's father's father came from Germany. Your father's father's father came from Italy. And some of you guys descend from Jews. The African American study that was done in Central America showed that EM123, which is a Jewish marker, known to be associated with Jewish people, the Y chromosome associated with Jewish people, was found in African Americans. J2, another marker that's known to be associated with Jewish people, was found in African Americans. Some of y'all are disrespecting your parents and disrespecting your ancestors because that's the seed that birthed you. That's the oxymoronic thing about this. You got African Americans, which is already a mixed group, talking about another group that they might share common ancestry with. Some of you are them. You're the product of them. You came from the nutsack of Jews. You came from the nutsack of European men. That's what biology is showing you. That's what the DNA in your body is showing you. The information, the code that makes you comes from European stocks. Now let's read this and just destroy what was just said about the Khazarians. They come from Khazar. You know, all these Jews go back to this Khazarian king that converted in the 9th century. Anyway, that's just ridiculous. All right, so let me read from the top. You know, I just try to advocate that people use their noggin, man. You know, before that, let's have that. Let's do that real quick. Let's do that. We got to have a commercial break on that, man, because y'all ain't using it.
Before feeling rested and refreshed.
I need to use your
essentials
noggin
for less during the New Year's clearance.
Hi, everybody. Time to use your noggin. How do you use your noggin, you say? Well, here's how you use it every day. Use your noggin when you write a letter. Use your noggin when you make it better. Use your noggin when you play guitar. Use your noggin to spot a star. Use your noggin when you make a scene. Use your noggin when you mix up green. Use your noggin to play a game. When you use your noggin, it's never the same. Use your noggin to sing a song. Ask another noggin to sing along. Use your noggin with your computer. Hey, that's Z. What could be cuter? Use your noggin. That's what it's for.
I'm using my noggin.
Are you using yours?
Oh, my bad, y'all. I don't know how long I was out. I don't know how much y'all missed, so I'm going to read it from the top, y'all. Anyway, there are currently two main competing, although not entirely mutually exclusive, historical theories to explain Ashkenazi Jewish early origins. The first holds that Ashkenazi Jews are at least partially descendants of Roman period diaspora Jews. See, this doesn't say anything about Khazarians. It doesn't say that they just were in Germany chilling and decided to be Jews. No, they're diaspora Jews, meaning they are the product of Jews that spread from Judea, from the Levant, into these regions. This theory, matter of fact, let me just go to the definition of that, because y'all like to play games, man. I got to nip it in the bud before y'all even say anything. What does the word diaspora mean? What is the word?
Diaspora.
The dispersion or spread of people from their original homeland. So that's what's being said in these collegiate papers about Jews, that they dispersed from their homeland. Not that they originate somewhere in Germany, not that they come from somewhere in Scandinavia, not that they come from the Khazar. No. And here's an example: the dispersion of Jewish people beyond Israel. You know, my ancestry comes from an African diaspora, right? So that's a spread of people from Western Central Africa for me and my ancestry. Now let's go back to the paper. This theory is supported by dispersed historical and archaeological evidence along the Germanic frontiers of the late Roman Empire, on the basis of the results of the Cologne synagogue excavations, a building that the excavator controversially dates to the early Carolingian period. It was argued that there's direct demographic continuity between the scattered late Roman, Jewish, Proto-Ashkenazic presence in the region and Jewish communities of the Rhineland of later times. The second theory, which is supported by more historical, onomastic, and linguistic data, regards Ashkenazi Jews as a purely medieval formation that did not arise until the 10th century. According to this theory, AJ communities initially arose in the form of just a handful of family groupings in a few episcopal and royal urban centers, and were the descendants of Jews from Southern Europe. So far, we're not hearing this crazy stuff you Black Hebrew Israelites love to believe in. We're not hearing that these people are toxins to Germany or the Khazars or something else entirely. We're not hearing any of that. Descendants of Jews from Southern Europe. There was continuous Jewish presence in Southern Europe since Roman times. And a lot of you guys believe in the New Testament. Where did Paul go and find Jews? In Southern Europe. Where's Cyrenaica at? Where's Greece at? Where are these places at? That's Southern Europe. Where's Italy? The book of Hebrews is written to who? The Jews, Israelites in Italy. That's Southern Europe. So that's not played on games. Let's get Paul's map real quick. Paul's map of journeys. Let me pull it up real quick. You guys play. You guys play. Look at this. Galatia, Cappadocia, Cilicia, Lycia, Achaia, Macedonia, that's Southern Europe. Thrace, that's Southern Europe. Philippi, Lydia and her household believed Paul and Silas beaten and thrown in jail. Jailer and his household believe. That's Philippi. This is in Southern Europe he's at. Of course, Rome is in Southern Europe. Sicily's in Southern Europe. There were Jews here. Corinth, the Church of Corinthians. The book of Corinthians. That's in Southern Europe. So yes, there were Jews in Southern Europe. Especially you brothers that follow the New Testament, follow Paul's works. You can't deny this. Since y'all claim to be biblical scholars and believers of the Bible, you can't deny this. Let me blow this up, man. And then let me open image, new tab. So y'all can see it in all its glory. Athens. Where's Athens? Crete. He went to Crete. Right, of course, Italy, Macedonia, Thessalonica. These are names of famous books in your Bible. There were Jews here. So, documentary evidence, as some say, backs this up. But some of y'all go crazy, like, the Jews in Europe, the Jews in Europe. Don't you read the New Testament? Don't y'all propagate the New Testament? And you Black Hebrew Israelites love Romans 9. That's y'all bread and butter. The book is called Romans. Isn't that the book y'all say that he was prophesying or teaching about Israelites? That they were actually bloodline Israelites? Why would he be having these messages of Jews and Greeks if there ain't no damn Jews here? Use your noggin. Anyway, Cyprus, there's Cyprus there. Anatolia, he was all over Anatolia, Galatia, Cappadocia. He's from Anatolia. He's from Tarsus. Anyway, so as we can see, if you believe in the New Testament and you believe it to be his historicity there, then you are conceding to Southern European Jews. I don't want to hear it. So what did this paper say? There was continuous Jewish presence in Southern Europe since Roman times. And also what this paper points out, this is why they have Southern European DNA within their genome, because it's telling the migratory history of their people through their genomes. That they leave Judea, they make their way to Southern Europe. Of course, if you're going into Europe, you're going to go through Southern Europe first before you get to Germany. I mean, do I need to pull a map up now? Now I got to take y'all to basic geography classes. I got to do that. Because I got to spoon feed this stuff to you because there's a myriad of channels that are just filling your heads up with bullshit. In the words of Wu, they selling garbage around the way. Now let's read it again. There was continuous Jewish presence in Southern Europe since Roman times, and an extensive network of intercommunal ties linked these Jewish communities economically, culturally, and demographically to other Jewish communities around the Mediterranean. Research suggests, not some random TikToker, Not some anti-Semite y'all found on the internet, not the Biblical Rumble Room, but research. Research suggests that early Ashkenazi Jews in Northern Europe were the recipients of Jewish liturgical, legal, mystical, and linguistic practices from medieval southern Italy. Why? It's because these Jews used the route through southern Europe to get to their present places in Northern Europe. I mean, this is very simple. Now let's get to the point that he made, that the pseudo made in the video. He said they were Khazarians. And to show that he said that, and I'm not misrepresenting this guy, I'm going to go back to the video to refresh you guys' memory. What was actually said?
The original Hebrews, well, Hebrew means to cross over. When Abraham left the land of Ur, well, he crossed over. So that was his nickname they gave him. They said, oh, he's the one that left Chaldea, and he went down beyond the Nile. And, his name, we call him a crossover. Hebrew, that's what it means, the one who crossed over. So, like, Hebrew.
So
the ones who crossed over.
The Jews that are in Israel currently, are those the original Jews?
Those in Israel now came from the Khazarian. Is it Khazarian? Ashkenazi? They came from Germany. Those in Israel now came from the Khazarian. Is it Khazarian? Ashkenazi? They came from Germany.
He said those in Israel came from the Khazarian Ashkenazi. They came from Germany. This was his words. Now, we just read that these people have a Southern European tie, right? They have a Southern European link. Why? Because the Jews dispersed from Judea, from the Levant, from the homeland, into places like Italy, just like Paul, the story of Paul reflects, into places like Macedonia, Thrace, Southern Europe. And then they get to these other places, like we just read. Now let's deal with the Khazarian hypothesis. What does it say here? I want y'all to hear this, man. The available historical evidence does not support a third hypothesis that early Ashkenazi Jews were primarily descendants of early medieval non-Jewish converts to Judaism known as Khazars. This theory, this idea that you guys are peddling throughout the internet is bunk. And everybody that has some sense knows this. Everybody that's in the field that's worth their salt knows this. And as y'all didn't even see it. Y'all didn't even tell me. Hold on, let me go back so y'all can see it. Let me read it again. The available historical evidence does not support a third hypothesis that early Ashkenazi Jews were primarily descendants of early medieval non-Jewish converts to Judaism known as Khazars, a polyethnic tribal constellation then resident in the Caucasus and adjacent regions. There's no evidence. There's no genetics. There's nothing that points to that conclusion. But you hear Black Hebrew Israelites all the time. You hear anti-Semites all the time regurgitating that garbage. You hear it all the damn time, man. So when the guy in the video said that, I think Dave Chappelle has the perfect response to it.
This nigga was clearly lying.
And that's it. I could end the video there. But I wouldn't be me if I did, right? So, with that being said, from there, let's crack open the Kindle, because we do believe in literacy here on the channel. We do believe in reading and researching. And we do believe in using our noggins here. And we are staunchly against racism. We're staunchly against colorism. We're staunchly against anti-Semitism. We're against that here. Because a lot of that stuff's ahistorical, and you guys claim to be truth bearers. Y'all guys claim to be Bible believers, and y'all believe in not telling a lie. That's a commandment we got to keep, brother. But y'all keep lies in your mouth, man. All to do what? Try and deteriorate and denigrate an entire people group because you yourself lust after their history. You wish they had that. You had that history of being diasporic Jews coming from Judea into Europe. You wish you had that history. That's the problem here, man. Right, Z, at best misinformed. But I'm not going to give that to a lot of the leaders. But a lot of these leaders are purposely deceiving people. I will give that to the lower ranks and the people that are below these coats that are just following or blindly. I will give them that, right? I will give them the benefit of the doubt there. But some of these guys just lying. Like, but Naya, we already busted him. He lying. His whole purpose is to intend to deceive the people. That's it. Anyway. Yep, they do believe in skin color. This is why many of these groups, they'll go probing Jewish history to try to find black images or say, oh, this person was described as dark. That person described as black. This person was described as woolly hair. This person was described as having kinky or Africoid or Negroid features. And then they will try to say, that's how all the Jews looked. No, that could just be how that individual Jew looked. The minority never constitutes the whole. It never constitutes the whole. You have to look at things collectively. There are many of descriptions of ancient Jews, medieval Jews as being pale. You don't read that. You gloss over that because your whole ideology is based on skin color. That's the crux of it. When a lot of you guys that are teaching that junk, your ancestors were white. You would identify them as quote unquote white. And you picked it, thank you, Moore, because they picked the wrong religion to peddle this racist ideology. First of all, Moses would not know anything, about your coloristic views, your racial ideology. He would not know how to identify people solely on their skin color. That's just not how, that wasn't a thing to them. That wasn't in their realm of reality. That's something that came in the 19th, 18th century, and you guys adopted it here in the Americas and here in the Western world. And now you're propagating that and trying to use that and infuse it into the scripture. Thank you. They see the world through the lens of white supremacy constructs that didn't exist until recently. Thank you. You claim to be following ancient Hebrew Israelite religion or ideology, but you're pushing and peddling something that came just recently. This just literally just came out, man. Ain't no Bronze Age people talking about black, white, and the white people are the real Jew or the black people are they wouldn't even know how to speak like that. Because that wasn't a concept. That's some modern stuff that you guys are bringing, some Blumenbach, German racism that you guys are bringing to the table. But you following ancient Israelites. Yeah, okay. Same thing with Egypt, too. People act like Egypt, this is all black utopia and nothing but black people were there and the white people. No. Egypt had black people, white people, and everything in between. We got sources on that. Y'all don't like source. We showed Queen Taz here because the Negro identitarian was trying to claim that all Egyptians had kinky hair and coarse hair, and Queen Taz don't have that. Queen Taz haplogroup K. She's Eurasian. Deal with it. That's just the facts. And that's what we're going to deal with. DNA here. We got the savant from the Levant in the building. What's going on, brother?
Yo, what's up? What's up? Sorry, I'm late. Had to take care of some things, so I didn't get a chance to see anything that's happened since the start of the live. So can you summarize what's going on?
I'll bring you up to speed. So basically, we covered one video that Pacroseeno, Pacroseeno from the Biblical Rumble Room, right?
Yeah.
He has a YouTube channel and he shares a lot of these clips that are anti-Semite. And the particular clip that was shared today and discussed today was about the 1948ers. They love to slur them and call them 1948ers. We all know that the note saying that they were not there until 1948. That's what they mean by that. They don't belong there. They're Johnny come latelys. And the guy in the video says that the people in Israel today are descendants of Khazarians from Germany.
Oh, we're back to that whole Khazarian thing. That's been disproven. Okay.
Yeah. So
do people know we understand the genomic makeup of Jews as well as the genomic makeup of both Canaanite and Israelite populations? So it's like, well, should I say Levantine population? So do people not know that or what?
People refuse it. People like Pacroseeno, I would say that the masses don't know, right? But it's the job of the people that claim to be the light bearers, Yahshua ben Lucifer, you check the name, but they claim to be the teachers and the light bearers and the sharers of information and purveyors of information. They teaching TikTok. Their source of information is TikTok, Avery.
Okay. I mean, if we want to play the TikTok game, I mean, we can pull up videos of people literally breaking down the genomic makeup of Levantine populations, and yeah, it's going to be proven that Jews are actually pretty indigenous to the land. If we want to play TikTok, because there's quite a few people who talk about genetics on TikTok and have really great breakdowns of Jewish genetics and Levantine genetics, and they're pretty much the same.
And I was also bringing out like Pacroseeno might be a descendant of an Ashkenazi Jew. We don't know. I haven't seen the brother's DNA. And has the brother taken a DNA test? Inquiring minds would like to know, Avery.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see his genomic breakdown. Like he could be Sephardic Jewish. He could be Ashkenazi Jewish. He could be a pygmy. I mean, who knows? We gotta see his genes.
Watch this. Let me go to the first African American. I alluded to this earlier. We went to this paper to ad nauseum on the channel. So searching for the roots of the first free African American community, right? And within this community, which was in Palenque, which was in Central America, has a rich history. Within this community, you can clearly see these African Americans are diverse. They're not homogenous. They come from several different groups of people. And one of the groups that stand out, let me just type in Jewish. Let's just type in Jewish. Well, what is this doing here? Watch this. A European origin was also attributed to the haplogroup E1B1B M123. And we know a famous YouTuber in the community. I ain't gonna say his name. I ain't gonna put him out there. Avery, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. He's a downstream. He's a descendant of EM123.
And we know some famous Jews who have EM123 as well, such as Albert Einstein. Yeah.
Right. We literally know an African American that descends from this Jewish lineage.
Yes. A famous person in the Hebrew Israelite community, the Darbyite community. Yeah.
A European origin was also attributed to the haplogroup E1B1B M123 lineage is found in Palenque. This haplogroup is absent in sub-Saharan Africa and frequent in Arabian populations from Northeast Africa and the Middle East. This haplogroup also spread in Europe, although at low frequencies. In Iberia, it has been associated with Middle Eastern, North African, and what? Jewish ancestry. Oh, wait a minute. What paper is this? Searching for the roots of the first free African American community. And it gives, listen, just get murked when the clips disperse, but don't leave yet. The shit gets worse. Let's go down. Let's go to the distribution right here. Let me see if I can find it here. There's another haplogroup here. Let me just hard search it real quick. See if I find it. That was found here. Let's see, where is it at? Where is it at, Avery? I believe it's haplogroup J2. Well, I can't find it right now, but haplogroup J was also found amongst this group too. And what this tells you is this. It tells you that you just can't look at somebody or go off their social label. A lot of you guys do that. Oh, this person's identified African American, and we know everything about his ancestry. No, you do not.
No, the whole phenotype thing is kind of ridiculous. I want to get back to the Khazarian question here in a minute when you're done with the African American thing, but yeah, phenotype is not a good method.
Yeah, I'm trying to find this here real quick.
Because when you're done with that, I definitely got to touch on those Khazars. But go ahead.
Yeah, bring out your Khazarian thing. I really want people. I showed this on the show before about the haplogroup J marker that was found amongst this group too.
So you want me to go on?
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, so the weird thing that I noticed is that it seems like a lot of people are kind of obsessed with Ashkenazi Jews, and they love saying that Ashkenazi Jews descend from Khazars, which is an anti-Semitic thing to say. But the weird thing that I would say about this obsession of connecting Ashkenazi Jews to Khazars is that are people aware that there are other Jewish communities besides Ashkenazi? To me, it seems like folks only think Ashkenazi Jews are the only Jews on the planet. But you have Mizrahi Jews, which are Iranian and Iraqi Jews. You have Yemeni Jews. You have Afghani Jews, Jews in Afghanistan. And you have the Kaifeng Jews, Jews in China. You have Arabian Jews and North African Moroccan Jews and Libyan Jews and Tunisian Jews and Egyptian Jews. You have so many Jewish populations, but everybody is focused on the Ashkenazi. Like, are people saying that all of these Jewish populations are Khazars? Are the Mizrahi Jews, Iraqi and Iranian Jews, are they Khazars? Because Iraqi and Iranian Jews, they don't look like Ashkenazi Jews, but I'm sure that people like Pacroseeno would still say that they're not ancient Israelites, but I don't know. It's weird to me because it's like the Ashkenazi are not the only population of Jews. There's plenty of other Jewish populations, but are all of these Jews Khazars? All of the other populations that like I said, the Kaifeng and the Iraqi, Iranian, the Moroccan, the Egyptian, the Yemeni, are they all Khazars, or is it just the Ashkenazi? Because even if we were to go ahead and say, yeah, Ashkenazi are Khazars, even if we were going to say that, you still got to deal with the other Jewish populations, and you still got to deal with their origins. So that's my next question. What are these other millions of Jews? What's their genesis? You know, are they all, are the rest of them also Ashkenaz? Which wouldn't make sense because they're not in Germany. But anyways, do you want to try to answer that question, Shub, or just leave it up for the people?
Yeah, it's a very interesting question, and they never look at it that way, holistically, and like, okay, let's consider the other groups. And you know what's going to happen when they consider the other groups?
Their whole plan falls apart. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, because those other groups share common ancestry with them.
That's true as well. Yeah, Ashkenazi Jews, they carry E1B1B, just like Yemeni Jews and Iraqi Jews and Iranian Jews. And if we're going to say that E1B1B, which is found among Ashkenazi Jews, if we say that that's a Khazarian Japhetic haplogroup, then we got to say all of E is pretty much Japhetic. You know, what do we do with the Ashkenazi Jews that are E markers? And then when it comes to other Jewish populations, a lot of them carry J. That's shared with both Ashkenazi Jews and Yemeni Jews and Moroccan Jews and Iranian Jews and Iraqi Jews. And yeah, it just becomes convoluted. Like genetically, all these Jewish populations typically share the same Levantine source population. And Khazars, I'm pretty sure, did not carry Bronze Age Levantine genetics, considering that the Khazars are a medieval Turkish population. Yeah, I don't know. Is there anything you want to add to that, or what? It was just a question, but also a statement. But is there anything you want to add to that?
I mean, yeah, man, they don't think about like you said, the other groups, North African Jews. I got a source I want to go to, dealing with that actually. But I got this paper here too, and I know I had to pay for it before, but I think it was this one where they did the genetic analysis of the I'm about to say Jews. Oh Lord, have mercy. I'm about to call this Jews. I'm gonna let this go. I shared it before, but there's an African American with J2 in one of these communities, and I can't remember what paper. But you're absolutely correct on that. Absolutely correct. With that, I'm gonna move on to this, and then we're gonna segue to the East African supremacists. You know,
Uh-oh, what happened with the East Africans? What's going on now with the Horners?
you remember the video?
Oh, that video. Okay, you don't want to cover the video where a guy asks African Americans, "Where's Africa?" You don't want to do that one, or
We can.
okay, yeah.
But real quick, I got sidetracked. You know how these shows go. Let me share my Kindle, and I want everybody to use their noggin on this. So for everybody still trying to claim that these people are not the Jews and whatnot, here's a good book. It's called The Maternal Genetic Lineages of Ashkenazic Jews. See if I can show you the cover real quick. Maternal Genetic Lineages of Ashkenazic Jews by Kevin Allen Brooke. What I like about this book is it deals with the genomic data of the Jews. So I'm going to go to this segment here. It's page 13, an overview of Ashkenazic autosomal DNA and white DNA. Because everybody's claiming all these people don't belong there. So that's C. We already went to the paper showing up-to-date science showing that there's no evidence to back up the Khazarian hypothesis. The evidence shows that these people have a southern infusion or introgression of Southern Europe autosomal DNA, because that's showing the history of Jews migrating through Europe, right? Going from the south, going up, right? Coming originally from Israel. We've already done that. So let's just put the cherry on top with this book here and an overview of Ashkenazic autosomal DNA and Y DNA. It says approximately half or a little more than half of the genetic ancestry of Ashkenazic Jews from Eastern Europe traces back to the ancient Middle East. Dun, dun, dun. Now, you guys see, this is why we push literacy on the channel. That's why we tell people to read and research, because they don't want to hear stuff like this. Right now, there's a Black Hebrew Israelite watching this video, and he's coming up with excuses in his brain. He's making up things and conceiving of things to explain away the information instead of dealing with the information. Ashkenazim have partial similarities to autosomal DNA in ancient bones from Tel Megiddo. Where's Tel Megiddo, Ivry? Where's Tel Megiddo?
The ancient Levant, ancient Israel, where the Canaanites once ruled. They had a Canaanite king. Go ahead.
Northern Israel and other parts of the Middle East. This type of ancestry is represented by a large proportion, not a small, not a tiny, a large proportion of Ashkenazic Y chromosome haplogroups. Now, what does the Y chromosome show you? The male ancestry of the group, because only males can transfer a Y chromosome.
Yeah, the main haplogroups found in the Bronze Age Levant is J and E, and that makes up the two largest haplogroups among the Ashkenazi Jews. It's going to be J first, followed by haplogroup E, and that's been found in the ancient Levant. The third is R, but that's a whole different story. But yeah, this makes sense what this book is saying. Is this a book or a paper?
The book.
Okay. Book.
It says passed down by males as well by a minority of their mitochondrial DNA haplogroups. So as the flip side, most of the males actually descend from Middle East, actually have this connection to Northern Israel. The gig is up. The jig is up. You guys got to drop it, man. This Khazarian nonsense, that saying that they fakes, and it's over with. We have examined the DNA of the people, and it matches the people that are in the ground that lived during the time in question. It says here, many of these haplogroups stem from Canaanite, Edomite, Arabian, Mitanni.
Ooh, Edomite.
Yeah, the Edomite. And Egyptian progenitors who contributed to the gene pools of Jews in ancient Israel and its southern successor, Kingdom Judea. Why is this important to bring up? It's because people treat Israelites, again, like they treat African Americans, like they're homogenous. The book tells you, you guys claim to believe it, that there's actual historicity there, that there was a mixed multitude, that they were all mixed up. So that is apropos and accurate. When we're talking about ancient Israelites, you're talking about a mixture of people. It says here.
My bad, go ahead.
No, you got it, bro. Go.
No, I was going to say that's actually very important because I think we typically forget about this. But when the Israelites were coming out of Egypt during the Exodus, that mixed multitude likely would have consisted of various haplogroups because Egypt itself was a mixture of different populations of people coming from sub-Saharan Africa, coming from North Africa, coming from the Mediterranean, coming from the Middle East. So Egypt was a melting pot. And therefore, when the Israelites leave Egypt and when the mixed multitude leaves Egypt with the Israelites, you're going to have R1b, you're going to have G, you're going to have haplogroup T, you're going to have E1B1B, J1, J2. Hey, you can even have E1B1A. You're going to have a lot of different haplogroups coming out of Egypt with the Israelites. So yeah, this makes complete sense. The Israelites are a very mixed population. And after all, the scriptures go on quite often talking about how the Israelites, even though they were told not to mix with other nations, they still mixed with other nations and did what they wanted to do. They were not a pure population of people. Forgive my French for saying this, but the Israelites were horny. They just got with anybody if they wanted to get with anybody. And so even when they go into the land of Canaan, they're intermarrying with the Canaanite populations. It says that they got with the Perizzites and the Hittites and the Amorites and the other ites. And they themselves would have had different haplogroups once they entered into the land of Canaan. A bunch of Canaanite remains carried haplogroup J and haplogroup E. So you're going to have a mixed population, both going out of Egypt into the land of Israel, and then even in the land of Israel itself, you're going to have a bunch of mixing. And then when we add the diaspora to that, when the Assyrio-Babylonian diaspora and the Medo-Persia diaspora and the Greek and Roman diaspora, you have more people join to the nation of Israel. It's said in the book of Esther that many of the people in Iran and Persia became Jews. They joined the Jewish nation. And so you're going to have those genes and haplogroups common amongst the Israelite population. And on top of that, we even know, going back to the land of Israel, the Moabites, like Ruth, she had became and joined the nation of Israel. And so, yeah, the Israelite population is mixed. It's not a pure ethnic group. As a matter of fact, I honestly believe you probably have more converts to the faith than you have the original bloodline of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I think converts outnumber the original bloodline because you can convert more people to the faith than you can have babies. And when those converts join the nation of Israel, those converts are also making babies. So by default, you likely have more converts than the original bloodline. Everybody fighting about being an original bloodline Israelite, I think, is quite ridiculous. You likely would descend from a convert, which is fine because converts are they're part of the nation. So yeah, the whole beef has gotta stop. It's a little ridiculous once you add genetics to the equation. But anyways, go.
Yeah, they do that with every group too. The Egyptians, they all gotta, since they in their mind, and you know, that's why I tell people use your noggin. I'm using mine, right? Are you using yours? Oh, Egyptian, that's a son of Ham. So everybody in the land of Egypt is a son of Ham. Like, get out of that thinking, man. No, this is a multiplicity. It's a multiplicity of groups there, different ancestries, as we see with Akhenaten with haplogroup R. This dude has Yemnaya related ancestry. You know what I'm saying? And his children, his line, we could go on haplogroup G2A being there, which is like early European farmer related, right? Caucasus related. H2 being there, which we see in some Indian groups today. Like Egypt was very diverse. The same thing with Israel. There's diversity there. When you talk about ancient Israelites, you're talking about diversity. There are no racially pure groups that you guys that made up and imagined in your mind.
Do y'all mean to tell me that the ancient world was a melting pot like modern day America?
Exactly.
That's a perfect example, actually. Yeah, America.
How dare y'all tell me the truth?
All humans are really just descendants of a bunch of ancient mixed people.
Yeah. When people probing each other for DNA, so I can't go over here with y'all. I can't go over here in the western part of Africa because my DNA don't match there. No, that's not how human history works. You know.
Do y'all mean to tell me that the ancient world had the I just forgot my G's name. Had the big pun doctrine. They was regulating every shade.
Yes. Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep. Okay. Morena, Boricua. That's exactly what was going on, man. Facts. So it continues to say modern matches to these haplogroups include Arab-speaking non-Jews of the Levant, such as Syrians, Lebanese, Palestinian Arabs, but often Gulf Arabs as well. At the same time, comprehensive autosomal studies show that most of the other half of Ashkenazic ancestry derives from European sources, particularly from Southern Europeans, including Italians and Greeks. What did we bring out earlier? That these people took a route dispersing from Judea, dispersing from Israel into Southern Europe. Again, this has been rubber stamped because you guys believe in the Bible, y'all believe in the New Testament, and you see it as historical value. So you see this playing out in the writings of Paul because he's going to places like Galatia. He's going, again, I don't have to go over it again. He's going through Southern Europe. It's just that simple. And we see those components amongst the Ashkenazic ancestry. It says the proportion of genetic contributions from Northwestern Europeans has been estimated to be between 3 and 8%. Remember the guy said, oh, they're from Germany. That's a very small country, a smidget of the contributions that we see within the Jewish genome. It says here, while the contribution from Eastern Europeans has been estimated to represent between 8 and 12% on average. However, some Ashkenazic individuals have inherited only 5% or less Eastern European DNA, as we know from studying many kits using autosomal admixture calculators. German Jews and Dutch Jews have the least of it. These elements from Northern, Central, and Eastern Europe, along with traces of East Asian ancestry, are factors that distinguish the genetic profile of Ashkenazic Jews from those of Sephardic Jews, Italki Jews, and Romeote Jews. Ashkenazic autosomal DNA can be modeled as about 87.2% related to Sephardic autosomal DNA in terms of sharing the same ancestral sources from approximately the start of the Common Era through the 6th century. And the Ashkenazim are about 79.6% related to the Romeote Jews from Greece. Italkim, Sephardim, and Ashkenazim share Northern Italian autosomal DNA. Real quick sidebar, that you got a bunch of group of Israelites, Black Hebrew Israelites that claim Sephardic ancestry. Well, there's just Sephardic ancestry there in the autosomes, matching the Ashkenazic Jews. You're trying to shoot down Ashkenazic Jews, but and they claim the Sephardic Jew. It's weird. I don't know how you do that. Anyway,
Hey, that's why your man's got the whole Black Germany thing popping. You know what I'm saying? They see what it is. They know what time it is, bro.
It says which is lacking in the Romeotes. According to calculations performed by Ariel Lomas, this northern Italian ancestry amounts to 9% of Sephardic autosomal DNA, 10.8% of Ashkenazic autosomal DNA, and 13% of Ataki autosomal DNA. The careful study of Y chromosomal and mitochondrial DNA haplogroups helps us to more fully understand who the ancestors of the Ashkenazic people were before they became Ashkenazic. And this is why we love going to the sex chromosomes, because again, sex chromosomes give you what? Direct ancestry. Autosomal gives you the admixture. So the first haplogroup we're going to deal with here is R1A, Y2619. It's the most frequent Y chromosome haplogroup family. Ashkenazic men as a whole is 7 to 9%, and is found in around 52 to 65% of Ashkenazic Levites, including those with documented lineages from the 15th century Levite men from Germany and Czechia. The majority of them belong to the subclade R1A, Y2630, and R1A FGC1 18222. R1A Y2619 originated in the ancient Middle East. So you do have some R clades that actually go back to the Middle East. Brother subclades R1A Y2619 are found in modern Persians from Iran, Kerman province, Azeris from Iran's West Azerbaijan province, and Yazidis from Iraq's Kurdistan region, and also in Spaniard and people in Armenia and Eastern Turkey's Van's province. The common ancestor of Jewish and non-Jewish subclades was the haplogroup R1A-CTS6, also called R1A-M582, and probably lived in either Western Persia or in Mesopotamia around 950 BC, as estimated by the company's Y Fools Y Tree. Avery brought a great point about the Persians, or the time of Esther, when those people decided to join the Jews and become Jews. I don't know. Here's the thing, too. I don't know how you read these books and you claim to understand it, and you remove the element of amalgamation. I just, it perplexes me. How do you remove the element of amalgamation? We know amalgamation happened because we can study that gene pool and see it happen in real time. It's 2023, not 1993. Anyway, J1Y5400 is the most common Ashkenazic Kohen Y-DNA haplogroup family. Its frequency in the total Ashkenazic population is as high as 6.2%. All Ashkenazic members belong either to branch J1Y5399 or to the branch J1Y31161. J1Y5400 is a branch of J1M267's descendant, J1P58, expanded Kohen monohaplogroup subclade J1Z18271, and is definitely of Middle Eastern origin. Again, if y'all familiar with the Limba, this will be the haplogroup that the Limba were assigned to. They were JP58. They were considered Kohen. They matched these other Jews that from the Middle East and from Europe that had the same genetic marker. So what that denotes, they all descend from the same group of males, because this is on the Y chromosome. And the only way you can get a Y chromosome is from males. Reading on, some branches. Hold on, real quick. Sidebar on that. I don't know how you would accept and give the rubber stamp to Limbas and say they're real Jews, and then disregard the people that directly related to. Somebody explain that to me in the chat. How do you even do that? And that proves you guys are only looking at facial morphology, skin color, and stuff of that nature, because the only thing that differentiates them is how they look. But they share a common male ancestry through the JP58 clade. It says here some branches of J1.
Hey, real quick, can I add on to that right quick?
Go ahead, brother.
Just 2 seconds. And on top of that, the Limba don't reject the Jews that you reject, fam. The Limba accept Ashkenazi Jews as Jews. Like they accept the fact that they're related to them, to the people, fam. Like that they get the concept, like, oh, this J thing makes us all related. Okay, cool. Like they don't have no issue with that, fam. They don't look at the skin tone and flip out at all. You can literally see pictures of them hugged up, like Limbas hugged up with Ashkenazi Jews and Sephardic Jews, etc. Do they agree on everything? No. But do they reject their Jewry? Hell no, fam. And how dare y'all, fam? Because y'all would hate it if somebody was demarcating you in the same way. And you can't prove nothing about what you're talking about. My fault.
Hey, preach more. Preach.
Keep it real with your dog no matter what.
Preach. Same bitch decline, she love you, she.
Preach, brother. Preach. All right. So, where was I? Oh, right here. Some branches of J1Z18271 are found in Sephardic Jews and Portuguese and Hispanic Catholics who descend from Sephardim. All indications are that these Ashkenazic and Sephardic haplogroups descended from the ancient Israelites and would have been found in diaspora Jews in the Roman Empire. See, I haven't read anything about Khazarians yet. Yeah, that hasn't came out of any of this. Another especially prevalent Y DNA haplogroup in Ashkenazism is EY6938. Yeah. Within the broad E1b family of haplogroups, some brother subclades of EY6938 are found in North African Jews, including Libyan Jews and Sephardic Jews from Greece, and multiple populations that descend from Jews who converted to Catholicism, including Sicilians and Latin American Hispanics. Real quick sidebar, there was a big article about this a few years ago that a lot of Hispanics that do that DNA test were finding out that they were descendants of conversos. So that was a big thing that broke the news a couple years ago.
Yeah, they were finding out up to 20% of people in Latin America had up to 5% at the very least of Sephardic DNA. Like, that's a lot of people, fam. That's a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. It says here, some brother subclades of EY6938 are found in North Africa. Okay, so I read that. The most recent common ancestor of EY6938 and these other haplogroups carried EY6923 and was probably a Jew who lived in Mediterranean Europe in late antiquity around the year 350. Before then, we know that the patrilineal ancestors lived in the Middle East because they share EY6926 as an ancestor with men from the United Arab Emirates and Oman who have patrilines of Balak origin. Whoever's teaching this Khazarian stuff, I still don't see it. Somebody help me. Another Y DNA haplogroup that is frequently found in Ashkenazim is QY2200. They belong to branches under the subclades QYP1003 and QY2198. A different branch of QY2200, QBC72 is found in Sephardic Jews from Greece, as well as some population descended from Jews who became Catholics, including Sicilians, Mexicans, Portuguese, and Brazilians. QY2200's parent haplogroup, QY2225, is found in Sicilians and Lebanese Christians. Indications are that the patrilineal ancestors of QY2225 lived in the Middle East. So this is not to be confused with the Pan-American Q marker, which I believe is QM3. This is a different marker that that permeated the Middle East that was there for a while. The Pan-American marker that indigenous Americans have is a completely separate branch. Those markers, as we did a video, they match with Siberians and stuff of that nature. Anyway, indications are that the patrilineal ancestors of QY2225 lived in the Middle East, and that Ashkenazim inherited this haplogroup from the Israelites. It is significant that QY2225's parent haplogroup, QY2209, is found in Iraqi Arabs, Emiratis, Omanis, Jordanians, and Lebanese. The important Ashkenazic Y DNA haplogroup GY12975 is also Middle Eastern origin. Shout out to the twins, the tail twins. We got your G marker here. It is distantly related to haplogroups that are found in such people as Syrians, Lebanese, Armenians, Sicilians, Pashtuns, and Tajiks. J2L556 is another prominent Ashkenazic Y DNA haplogroup that is likely of Middle Eastern origin. Its branches are called JY9005 and JY11782. A majority of Ashkenazic carriers belong to subclades of the former and a minority to those of the latter. JY9005 subclade JA16313 has been found in men from Italy and Bulgaria who descend from a medieval Ashkenazic rabbi who lived in northern Italy. J2L556 is distantly related to haplogroups that are found in Italians, including Sicilians, Saudis, Iraqis, and Assyrians. You keep noticing we spewing out these Middle Eastern places. And it's also funny because you guys that peddle this anti-Semite propaganda will say they don't belong in these places. They 1948ers, but they got all these markers and all this ancestry placing them over there. You see that? So from a bioancestry standpoint, they checking off all the boxes. It says here, the common Ashkenazic Y-DNA haplogroup J1L816 is probably from the Middle East too. Most Ashkenazim within the haplogroup family belong to 5 branches under its subclade JZS2728, but a particular German Jew was found to carry its other subclade JY34527, which also has Sephardic origin variety found in Mexican Catholics from Nuevo Leon and in New Mexican Hispanos. So real quick, you guys that have the 12 tribes chart and you allow Hispanics into the fold, right, or into your churches or your cults, whatever you're calling it, you are allowing some Jewish descendants in there. I thought, that's a synagogue of Satan, but y'all literally are allowing the children of these people into your organizations. This is why I said all of this is paradoxical and it's an oxymoron, especially when you understand genetics, you understand who's who, what people, what set of males you descend from. And again, this is also a set of males that can tie back to at least the Bronze Age Levant. It says here, a 6th branch of JZS2728 is found in Romeote Jews from Greece. J1L816 shares an ancient ancestor with a haplogroup that is found in Kurds from eastern Turkey, and even more ancient ancestors with Saudis, Tunisian Jews, Turkish Jews, and Italians. Another common Ashkenazic Y-DNA haplogroup that appears to originate from the Middle East is EY14891. We got some old yap in the building, which splits into the subclades EY16781 and E736149. EY16781 has also been found in Jewish pastoral line from Venice, Italy. EY14899, the parent haplogroup of EY14891, has the other branches that are found in Palestinian, Arab Christians, Greek Cypriots, Kuwaitis, Emiratis, and Arabs from Bahrain. My Y-DNA haplogroup, so this is the author speaking, appears to be EY87732, a branch of E1B Z830 that is a downstream of EY35934, because my closest Y-DNA match inside family tree DNA is definitely in the branch according to his Big Y test, as are several more of my close paternal line matches. It is a clear case of Ashkenazic descent from Israelite men. Its distant non-Jewish matches are mainly Middle Easterners, mainly Arabs from Saudi Arabia, Syria, Kuwait, and Iraq, but also a few men from Armenia and one each from Iran and India.
Wait a minute, hold on. So the author of this book carries haplogroup E?
He's a YAP carrier, man.
Yeah, but is he Jewish? I'm assuming this guy's Jewish, who wrote the book, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
Ashkenazic, yeah.
And he carries, what is it, E1B-Z830. I think Albert Einstein falls under that big branch. I have to look and see, but I think he does. But anyway,
we can go to Discover real quick. Hold on, we can go there real quick. Discover family tree.
If that's the case, then a famous Darbyite YouTuber also falls under that branch, because that's a big branch. Like a lot of haplogroups fall under it. But yeah.
Yeah, it's literally a brother on YouTube, man, in the community that comes from the same branch. So we got E dash.
If it's the one that I'm thinking of, E-Z830. Yeah, because under that branch, if that's the correct one, EM123 falls under it, EM34 falls under it, and EM84 falls.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right on that one, Ebri.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to go to Family Tree DNA just to show and educate the audience real quick. I got it loading up. You know, because, Evry bias. When he see the yap market, he gotta, pause.
Hey, I gotta point it out, bro. I gotta point it out.
Evry.
Hey, this Jewish author is a yap member. I gotta say it, bro.
All right, so let me stop sharing this. We'll get right back to that. And then that's shared.
And also the subway is pretty interesting too. Easy A30. Let me see.
So it came out as ECTS 10298.
Yeah, that's
oh, that's the one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That's it. Shout out to Dante.
You said it.
If it ain't holding no punches. So yeah, man, E1B1B, notable connections. You are going to see. Where's he at? Where's that?
By the way, what is this book? What's the title of this book?
Albert Einstein. Oh, the page. The book is The Maternal Genetic Lineages of Ashkenazic Jews.
I wonder if I think I already have this.
It's a new book. It's fairly new.
New? Okay, I may not then. Right.
Within the last year, I believe, or last 2 years. I can't remember what year it came out.
See, that in itself touches on another one of their biases or whatnot, right? Because so someone like Dante himself in his books will talk about how the Ashkenazi Jews cannot be Jews because they have a majority of the maternal DNA that comes from Europe or whatnot, right? But again, so if you look into stories like the Lemba, or if you're gonna have any plausible story about Jews making it to West Africa, they had to stop mixing with Levantine women and start mixing with sub-Saharan African women. So the same concept applies.
Yeah.
So if mixing with European women makes you not an Israelite, then mixing with African women and not Levantine women also makes you not an Israelite. Y'all can't have both ways, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's called Aristotle and Dictum. You got to apply it across the board. Oh, they come from Germany. Well, you come from Western Central Africa, so you just invalidate yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, come on, man. No, but I originally come from Israel. Yeah, that's what the Ashkenazi Jews originally come from Israel. That's the problem you're going to run into. Anyway.
Give me that title one more time for this book.
The Maternal Genetic Lineages of Ashkenazic Jews.
All right, thanks. Yeah, I got it. Nice. All right, this is a good book, actually. Not because the author is a yap member, but
All right, so let me get back to where was I? I was here, right? The aforementioned haplogroups EY14891, GY12975, J2L556, and QY2200, plus another one called J2Y15223, have carriers and modern German Jewish men with documented Rhineland patrilineal genealogies, according to the research by Joshua Lipson, in collaboration with Leo Cooper and Anthony Liza, leading them to the conclusion that they were likely found in the early Rhineland Jews. R1A Y2619 and J1 Y5400 were probably also present among the early Rhineland Jews. By contrast, EY6938 is very rare among Rhineland Jewish families, despite it being the second largest lineage among Eastern Ashkenazim. Being the only major lineage to have the discrepancy, this may suggest that it would have been found instead among early Jews in Bavaria, Austria, or Czechia, and this is Lipson's team's tentative conclusion. There are other Y-DNA lineages of Middle Eastern origins. Again, these European groups, if you leave this video without anything, leave with this. These European groups, y'all love calling Khazarians and all these anti-Semite slurs, 1948ers, literally have a bunch of male ancestry pointing back to that area, pointing back to that land that y'all claim they're not from. It says that there are other Ashkenazi Y-DNA lineages of Middle Eastern origin beyond the ones I mentioned, but also some lineages that have origins outside of the Middle East. A particularly exceptional one is G2A, shout out to the Tail Twins, FGC 1093, which is found in the Litvak Jews from Belarus and Lithuania, as well as in North Ossetians in Kumyks. I can't pronounce that for you guys. From the North Caucasus region. Caucasus region, excuse me. That word right there tripped me up, y'all. You gotta forgive me for that. But Y Fools, Y Tree. Hold on, go back. Y Fools
about to get real, fam.
Y Fools, Y Tree estimate that their common ancestor lived around the year 700. It now appears that this common ancestor would have been an island man, according to the Shetter letter, which was authored by a Khazarian Jew. So there's your Khazarian influx there. Your G2A markers, which is so funny because you got a group of tail twin Israelites and supporters. But it's funny because they actually got the damn marker that would tie them to the Khazarians. Some Alans living in the kingdom of Alania converted to Judaism around the 930s. Under the influence of the Khazars, G2A FGC 1093's parent haplogroup GFG C1144 is likewise found in the Ossetians. The parent of GFG C1144 and GFG C1159 is found in Swans from Georgia and somebody from Azerbaijan, and has a branch called GBY96310 that is found among two more ethnicities in the Caucasus. Adijay, Western Circassians, and the Karachais. Avery, you love these people, so you should be saying their names, man. I'm butchering.
I'm looking at my phone.
The trans-Caucasian people, man. Don't front. These you love these people, man.
The Kumyks, are you talking about them or?
Yeah, the Karachais, however you say that. Anyway, a predominantly Caucasian distribution continues with more distant matches, including more Esfans or Swans, more IDG, and more Ossetians, plus some Chechens. There go your Chechens.
Yeah, Chechens and the Ingeshtians and the Azerbaijanis. Yeah, go ahead.
Georgians and Ossetian descendant Jacek Patroline from Hungary, as well as men from unlisted ethnicities from Trabzon province in northeastern Turkey, where some Circassians live. The aforementioned haplogroups are branches of G2. At least one variety of G2 was found among medieval Alan men, but their specific subclades have not yet been published as of the time of this writing. Leo Cooper constructed statistically well-fitting genetic autosomal DNA models, according to which Ashkenazim from Lithuania and Belarus descend 0.2% from medieval Alans, dropping to 0.8% in Ashkenazim from Poland and Ukraine, and 0% Ashkenazim from Germany. So they actually identified that. And we dealt with the paper with G2A. It's a very small fraction of Ashkenazi Jews.
Hey, real quick, before you move on from G2A, I got to be petty for a quick second.
Yeah, man, G2A, man, the beloved tail twins actually tie more closely to the Khazarians than majority of Ashkenazic Jews. It's just that simple. Again, the Ashkenazic Y-DNA haplogroup J2Y33795 most likely derives from a convert to Judaism in Roman era Italy, Although members of this haplogroup identify as Koenim, there's no evidence to connect it to ancient Israelite priests. The most recent common ancestor of J2Y33795 is estimated to have lived around 250 CE, according to Y-Fools Y-Tree, and is absent from Middle Eastern non-Jews. A branch of J2Y33795 that is called J2Y37837 was found in an Italian who tested with Y-Fool. J2Y33795's brother, subclade J2Y34371, is present in Switzerland. The more distantly related subclades of J2Y22038 and J2Y22881 are found in Italians, Northern Italians, and Central Italians, respectively. Another related subclade, J2Y45181, was found in an Etruscan from a necropolis near Civitavecchia, Rome, who died around 600 BCE. Shout out to the Etruscans. Even if you remember, we touched on the Etruscans last time. A lot of them are R1b, but this particular one was J2. Still, we haven't found the evidence of these people being overwhelmingly African genetically, as Without History was trying to claim on his channel. Let's conclude. Genetic studies have demonstrated that the early Jewish populations of Southern Europe, here we go, were founded by Jewish men of predominantly Israelite origin. There it is. Hey, you guys can't get around this. The DNA studies are comporting this. Not your cult leaders, not your favorite Black Hebrew Israelite YouTube channel, not Sakari, not IUIC, LOI, so on and so forth, right? None of them. But the bodies in the ground, the autosomal Y DNA is showing the origin of these people are primarily Jewish men that tie back to the Israelite nation. So Jewish men of predominantly Israelite origin who sometimes married non-Jewish women who converted to Judaism, usually voluntarily. A few non-Jewish men also converted to Judaism and joined these communities. These studies also show that intermarriage occasionally continued after Proto-Ashkenazic Jews migrated north of Italy, even though the phenomenon has sparse documentation. Males were not responsible for the majority. I want y'all to hear this, man. If you didn't get anything, get this part. Males were not responsible for the majority of the Northern and Eastern European ancestral introgressions into the Ashkenazi gene pool. So what is this telling you? That again, majority of Ashkenazi Jews literally descend from male Jews. A lot of the European introgression comes from the female side, as we're about to see. For one thing, there is now a large amount of Y chromosome diversity among the Ashkenazi paternal haplogroups that originate from those regions, indicating a low number of individual male contributors from non-Jewish populations of Germany, Poland, and environs. According to research conducted by Leo Cooper, there are fewer than 10 such lineages, and they collectively are found in only between 4 and 8% of Ashkenazic men. So again, majority of the gene pool of these men, as we're about to read, descend from the Middle East, literally. There cannot have been many intermarriages or extramarital affairs, or already less likely, rapes between non-Jewish men and Jewish women that resulted in offspring. This also explains why the majority of Ashkenazic Y chromosomal lineages trace to Mediterranean and Middle Eastern regions. It is a widely believed myth that Ashkenazim with Slavic DNA, blue eyes, or blonde hair inherit those traits as a result of Cossack rapes of Jewish women in the 1640s. However, there's no evidence for any Y DNA or autosomal DNA inputs from Cossacks. The closest matching population of Ashkenazim Slavic autosomal DNA are the Poles. Most of this DNA came from women rather than men, and only the women lived near the time of the Cossacks. David Wesolowski modeled Ashkenazi autosomal admixture using a large data set, including from populations collected by the Estonian Biocentury Human Genome Diversity Panel, and found the following elements with a distance of 0.2874%, 33.6% Samaritan-like, 30.45% like Italians from Tuscany, 15.65% like Arabs from Israel, 11.75% Polish, 7.9% like Chalcolithic era Anatolians, and 0.6% like Avars from North Caucasus, and 0.05% like Turkish-speaking Bashkirs, but 0% for Kozak and Uyghur affinities. Some Eastern Ashkenazic men, including Latvian Jews, and some Western Ashkenazic men, including German Jews, with surnames indicating deep roots in Germany, and a German Jew with a surname Prager. Shout out to Dennis Prager, by the way. If you know, you know. Indicating roots in Prague, belong to varieties of paternal haplogroup R1A and 12402. The most recent common ancestor of this haplogroup is estimated to have lived around the year 650, according to Y4's Y tree. Additional data from family tree DNA suggests that the first Ashkenazi to carry it may have lived in around 900. Its source was a Slavic man, but not necessarily a Pole. It is certainly not a Cossack. Joshua Lipson's research team believes it's more likely that this man joined the West Nick Jewish community in Bohemia as opposed to the East Nick Jewish community in Ukraine. The surname Prager confirms the connection to the Bohemian Jews R1A and 12402's parent haplogroup R1A YPR. I'm gonna end it there. I think I drove this home. I want to end it here because I want to go to my next video, Avery, and it's getting late. But hopefully you guys have got a wealth of knowledge here and understanding that these Ashkenazic Jews literally descend from Middle Eastern people, literally connect with Israelite bodies have been found. I mean, it's over at this point. And the closest people to the Khazars would be the G2A markers that we brought up. And you're right, Z. Same theory about why Yap phenotypes vary so much. Yap in Africa was from toxins in African women. Yes. Yes. So, Avery, are you there? Are you ready for this next part, man?
I am here. I am here.
Because the next portion is very, we're going to do a little shift here.
Did you want to start a new live or stay here?
I'm going to stay here because I don't, it's almost 11. I didn't plan to be on this late, but I had to work late. But anyway.
Okay.
So, Avery, man, what are we going to do with this next video, brother?
I don't know. We're going to have to maybe, this is one of those videos where it's like you can laugh about it, but you can also cry about it. Or you can do a little bit of both.
Oh my God, man.
It's kind of sad, to be honest.
Y'all got me scared. I ain't know what video you're talking about.
Shout out to all the autosomal supremacists, man.
Oh, that one. I thought you were talking about the other one. Okay.
No, not that one. That was scary too. Not that one.
We have to probably do the other one then another night, which is fine. We will need more time for that.
Yeah, because real quick, I'm gonna hit all the hot spots on this video, man. I'm gonna introduce you guys to an East African supremacist. His channel was called the Khazarian Empire. And he believes that if you're not at least 80% autosomally sub-Saharan African, then you're not African. And he also believes that since you're not African, that you are fitted to be servants to those that do have 80% autosomal DNA. You can't make this shit up. The deep recesses of the internet reveal this, man. These cult leaders, these wannabe, Dave Koresh's and all these people. Like, you guys are weird, man. You guys are weird. And we got to expose it on the channel and try to combat this stuff as much as we can with the information available, with the data available. All right, so no further ado. We are covered under the Fair Use Act, Copyright Act. Get ready to be blown away by the Khazarian Empire. All right, let's go to the beginning here. So to add context to this video, it seems to me that he goes and he finds YouTube videos of Black Americans that do DNA tests. And he uses that as a barometer to determine whether or not are you guys mongrels. He believes that African Americans are not African.
He also used phenotype as well.
Yeah, he uses phenotype. You're gonna hear some language. You're gonna say this guy looks like a North African. He looks like an Arab. He doesn't look like an African. To him, whatever that means. I thought North Africans were African, but anyway.
Hold on, but he's East African
by his own admission.
So what the hell he care about like African Americans for? Like, bro, you ain't running into us, fam.
Bro, I don't understand it. I don't.
Oh, okay. I'm already.
Yeah, I barely made the club, Z. So I I'm not gonna be a servant, in this guy's kingdom anytime soon. Nationally, we are American. This is why these conversations just get confusing. Z. It's like if we're talking genetics, let's talk genetics. But he's saying that people that are genetically tied to other Africans are not African.
He also never clarifies the concept of black and Negroid, which he uses a lot in this video, which he says a lot in this video. Like, he never clarifies.
Does he claim to be a Cushite?
Did they use the word Cushite on here?
I can't remember, to be honest.
Oh my God.
All right, my popcorn ready, all right.
Yeah, get that popcorn and that soda.
Welcome to the Kaizorian experience. Over here, we're going to be talking about everything African. We're going to be having debates, discussions, entertainment, as well as learning about business, art, history, and everything in between. Cultural, tribalism, and everything. We're going to be out here debating with some really interesting stuff. So, like the video.
I think he is
Make
in
sure
the
you
UK.
subscribe.
I think he's
Make
in
sure
the
you
UK.
subscribe.
Oh, yeah, that's
for
in
the
the UK.
best
I live in there, fam.
experience ever. This is the biggest channel on
He's
the
all
app.
in London, fam.
Come and join the team, become a Kaizorian, and join the Kaizorian Empire. Universally exist within myself, within this premise, and I exist within this bluebird in the sky.
So one of his premises is African Americans don't look like this. Like according to him, the average African American doesn't look like this. So therefore, they're not real Africans. He said, just look at them; it's clear. That's one of his stances, man. That you guys are like, mongrels. You guys are. He's got that. The rednecks used to have a thing against mulattoes, and also what's his name? What's his name? He used to teach that. Marcus Garvey has a whole. He hates mulattoes and stuff. That's pretty much the angle that he has throughout this video.
What does it say about Jamaicans?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know his stance on that.
I'ma fly like the blue sky. I'ma fly like bird in the sky. I'ma fly like blue bird in the sky. I'ma fly like blue bird in the sky. I'ma fly like blue bird in the sky. I'ma throw my blue bird in the sky. I'ma soar like blue bird in the sky. I'ma soar like blue bird in the sky. I'ma fly like blue bird in the sky. I'ma fight like blue bird in the sky. I'ma eat like blue bird in the sky. I'ma be like blue bird in the sky. I'ma be blue bird in the sky. I'ma be free, blue bird in the sky. I'ma be free like blue bird in the sky. I'ma be like blue bird in the sky. Back again like the second coming. Strumming my vocal cords like the hummingbird in the sky. Y'all can't deny this. Real rap lyrics. It's like I ain't got no rhyming through the sky limit. What is skin tone, shade of color, but a parallel form of frequency like a ringtone on your phone. Melanin expression tied up in the universe. Feeling like God. Is it really us? Is it serious? Is it really wrong to be diverse? Am I diverge and immerse myself like an ocean beneath this wave? Be a divergent, born to be different.
So again, you guys don't look like these people here, man. That's his whole point. And when we get to the African American couple that he's examining, And he's going to make that known. Like, these people don't even look African. That he's going to keep saying that throughout the duration of the video dealing with this African-American couple.
One like canary, born to be a bluebird in the sky, flying high like a bluebird in the sky. I'm a fly high bluebird in the sky, yeah. Bluebird in the sky, I'm a fly high bluebird in the sky. I'ma be like bluebird in the sky. I'ma be like bluebird in the sky. Everybody scream bluebird in the sky. I'ma fly high bluebird in the sky. I'ma be like bluebird in the sky, yeah. Bluebird in the sky. Everybody, bluebird in the sky. I'ma be like bluebird in the sky. I'ma be like bone black, sweet like a berry. Flying high, high like a canary. Scary with my hoodie on. Heading on my vibe on the street that you'll be feeling my frequency of the song. But I know that I am never ever gonna be ever the same. But I know.
Shalom, shalom, mother loving one. What's good, Dusties and gentle Benin men over there in the chat. We got our first commenter over here at 5:17 p.m. East African time. That's like 6 hours ago or so. Kaizorian, stop. You are too much, bro. Shout out to you, Brian, and hopefully you send a nice fat super chat to support more Dusty Degenerate shows over here about race, color, and admixture. We also got Chuku Igwe over there saying salute at Kaizo. This is going to be fire. 100%. And of course, we got Kaizo over there saying, let's get it. I got Principe over here, some Yoruba ancient demon god over there saying, bro, look up the Mulugwen's family. It ties to the conversation, I promise. Well, Principe, don't be a dusty. If you want me to look up something, you got to send a super chat, right? Make my time.
Yeah, I'm saying, LeBron, I can't even
James Corvus says,
I'm like, bro.
Okay, I'm going to ignore that.
Stop.
Hey, guys, Kaizo just saying.
Hey, he said you're a fellow Hebrew, man. That's what he tell y'all.
Hold on. Bro, you an East African hating on African Americans using hip hop and Lashon Kadash, my G? Like, that's a whole.
Yeah, it did sound like he said Shalom. I wasn't.
He did say Shalom.
Okay.
Yeah, he did appropriate that from
My feet are already in the air like it's an anime, bro. I'm done. I can't.
Listen to what he got to say about this Black American couple. Listen to what he got to say, man.
Hi to people. All right, I got a couple people, and you got Ike over there. Brian is definitely a loser. What's good, Ike? Ekofo Yuri tight, right? Says they're Afri-ish, okay? Afri-ish, like Jewish and Blackish. Okay, that's a good point, Ekofo. But anyways, let's start the show and make sure you like, share, subscribe to this channel if you already haven't. And I'm being serious, right? You Dusty's listen.
So they're Africanish is what they were trying to say, like Jewish or Blackish, like they you know how they trying to say about Jew. Oh, they Jewish, they like kind of Jew. That's what that means. No, it doesn't. But anyway, they're doing the same thing. Whatever that person left a comment, which he agreed with, that Black people in America are ish, like we kind of we not really African though. We not authentic. That's his whole stitch, like his whole stick. It's just putting us in this box that we don't belong.
I wonder if he considers Madagascarian people to be African. The people of Madagascar. I'm curious.
I don't know. That'd be a great question that he posed on his channel.
If it has to do with deal with water and percentages of DNA. Because a lot of people in Madagascar have a lot of East Asian DNA. But anyways, you can go ahead.
It's very ironic, I will say, before I go into because I want him to say a few things. I'm gonna go into this paper of an East African talking about admixture, Eurasian admixture at that.
Share it, right? I know you niggas are on some dusty WhatsApp groups with your family members. Share the video, right? Let's get it.
To take their DNA test, 41.8%.
Now, of course, as always, I've not seen this video prior. This is a live react. We're seeing this in real time.
Wow. Wow. Oh, wow.
We don't know who we are.
Griots.
Enemies.
Architects.
Mothers.
Murderers.
Daughters.
Kings.
Chiefs.
Queens.
Neighbors.
Politicians. Hunters. We don't know who we are.
Who knew we would get the opportunity to uncover the truth about our past?
God did.
We don't know who we are.
But we're going to find out today.
We partnered with MyHeritage to take their DNA test to dive.
Shout out to MyHeritage. Although if you really want your true, authentic African DNA, go over there to My African Ancestry. But let's go ahead and watch the video.
Deeper in.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Buen día. Sí, un momento. Me estoy caminando. We got him.
Hey! Oh! Our history has been a mystery, but not for long. All right.
So today we partnered with MyHeritage to dive deeper into our history, our heritage, our background.
Shout out. And already, as you can see, right? Half of my family are dusty as Horners, right? And this lady here looks like she could fit in that side of the family, right?
You heard what he said? Half of my family are dusty ass Horners. That was his word. That's what he said. He said half of my family is dusty ass Horners with a Horn of Africa, you know.
I wonder if he means like Bantu Somalis or something like that, or like the Bantu mixed.
Nah, that's not. No, that ain't how he's saying it, bro. Trust me.
How do you take it?
Well, I'm gonna let it keep playing, and I'll break it down in a second.
He said she looks like she can belong in that side. So
the nigga over there on the right, on the left, looks like he probably feels like some dusty North African, not even an Ethiopian. So are Black Americans really African? Should we
see that? See, there it is. He taking y'all card from y'all, man. Are y'all really African? That nigga look North African. That's what he said. Dusty North African.
It's funny he says that because, well, y'all are gonna see in a minute his the black guy's DNA breakdown, but the North African statement is kind of interesting.
But yeah, as you can see, he's not using dusty in terms of like he's using dusty to mean like a desert kind of a situation, right? So the horns got a lot of sand and whatnot. North Africa, a lot of sand, right? He's not. That's why he's not referring to the Bantus and whatnot. Hence this whole like sub-Saharan African, like I'm trying to see how he's kicking this whole sub-Saharan African because it seems like he's got like a elevation on that thing. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
stop this whole pan-Blackism movement and focus on things that really matter, which is Africans, people with at least 80% African DNA? Or is something else going on here?
Let me rewind that so I can define it real quick because I think y'all missed that one.
Because we are
nigga over there on the right, on the left, looks like he probably feels like some dusty North African, not even an Ethiopian. So are Black Americans really African? Should we stop this whole pan-Blackism movement and
are Black Americans really African? Should we stop this whole pan-Black movement? It's so confusing because a North African is an African, right? But he's saying he look like a North African, but are Black Americans really? I'm stumped. One more game. Sorry, y'all. I want y'all to really absorb what this dude's saying.
Nigga over there on the right, on the left, looks like he probably feels like some dusty North African, not even an Ethiopian. So are Black Americans really African? Should we stop this whole pan-Blackism movement and focus on things that really matter, which is Africans, people with at least 80% African DNA? Or is something else going on here? That's the conversation.
Because we are African American, and this holds true for many African Americans. We don't know where we came from. Like, we don't know much about the family tree.
Our history is a mystery, baby, and we're going to get to the bottom of this one. Excited for it.
I am too. If you are new to our channel, welcome. My name is April.
My name is Rondell.
And we are the Yarn Bros.
All day, every day. If you don't know, we are some traveler explorers out here looking for a place to call home, traveling the globe.
We've also been collecting travel stories and sharing those travel stories on this channel, and recently we've really been diving into stories of the African diaspora.
And loving it. We've been doing documentaries in Ecuador, in Costa Rica, in Brazil,
Yeah.
and we're gonna love getting our part of this mysterious history.
I know,
right?
like it's really exciting because it's our opportunity to learn our own diaspora stories.
Yep. So they're gonna learn the diaspora story. As you can see, these are heavily admixed people, right? Sister on the right is most likely only 70% black. Brother on the left is probably 65% black. I don't know, right? We're gonna figure it out. This is a live react over here. But are Black Americans really black, or are they just tethers trying to hit on what it means to be African? The reality is, Black Americans and Horners are all on the same spectrum, black-ish, right? These are not black people. These are admixed people, right? And they must learn to take this position as our servants, right?
They must learn to take their position as our servants. Who are the our here? Those that have 80% or more African DNA. That's his parameter.
And right off rip, sis got more than 70%. She got to.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, they got him. Oh, he asked the video, so I have to wait for him to. All right, there it is.
Yo, I'm hurt, bro.
They got you, huh?
They finally got you.
Oh man,
sniped you. Stream snipe.
You know, me watching this the first time, Avery, I missed something. That he was dissing his family. I didn't know he was dissing the Horners too. At first, I did not catch that because he said half his family are Horners. So I wonder where he's what side does he accept, or you know, that I'm kind of confused now.
Yeah. I mean, later on in the conversation, when the other people start jumping on panel, they keep on asking him what is his background and all this other extra stuff, and he sounds confused himself when he tries to explain it.
Really? So it sounds like maybe mom's Somali and pops is like Nigerian or something.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Yeah, in the UK, you got three African well, you got four African populations. You got East African, North Africa, Nigerians, and then Jamaicans.
I think that could be the case, you know. Because either way, with his mom being like, if his mom is hypothetically Somali and his dad is hypothetically Nigerian, he is going to be mostly sub-Saharan African autosomally. So yeah, okay.
But his mom probably ain't even 80% though. Like his mom, like I promise you, his mom got like a big Arabian and other admixture popping off.
Yeah,
she might be all kind of mad Jewish in that piece.
Yep.
Particularly in my heritage, man.
Yeah. For Africans do get a lot of Jewish for some reason in my heritage. Yeah. I don't know, but you'll hear him talk here in a minute. His background and stuff. He sounds like he's confused.
Again, if you just want to support the channel, hit the PayPal, hit the Cash App if you can see it. Over there, I'm using Ike's Cash App over there. Just make sure you put your name in the chat if you send through Cash App, so I don't get scammed by the Nigerians, right? Or hit the super chat, right? Or buy me a coffee.
So I am so curious to find out what makes me up blood-wise.
So let's take a look at what these packages look like real quick.
Let's go.
All right, so these are the kits.
All right.
So these are our kits from MyHeritage. We're about to dive into these, and we will be doing a giveaway with MyHeritage as well. So stay tuned so that you get details on what that giveaway is about.
Y'all, this box right here represents a key for me. This is a rectangular key to my past. I've been told so many different things from different people on my father's side, on my mother's side, about my heritage, my past. So my curiosity is beyond. So this is the key for me.
Let's unlock it.
Let's do it. Ready for this, girl?
Yes, I am ready.
To use this kit, all you need to do is open it. Find the activation card and activate your kit online.
Swap me down.
Then take both files and put
results with the science that we have right now Louisiana. On my mom's side, it's Florida and Kentucky. My great-grandparents, I know absolutely nothing about. My great-great-grandparents, forget about it. What do you think your results are going to show?
Honestly, I'm not exactly sure what to expect. I'm expecting, of course, that it's going to show a majority of my heritage based in Africa. Now,
Yeah, majority just has to be more than 50%. It could be 50.00001% to infinity. AKA, as long as it's more than 50%, you are going to be okay, right? Majority, that's a term majority. Majority means more than 50%. It could be 50.0 to the power of 100 or 1,000 or 1,000,000, or even infinity to 1. So as long as it's more than 50%, you is African according to your logic. Like, let's see. I think she'll get about 65%. No, she'll get 70%, and the brother's gonna get 65%. That's my predictions, right? If you want to put your predictions down in the chat, make sure you do it over there.
and whether that's
He's
like
get at
Nigeria,
least 64.
Ghana,
He
or
at least
Benin, or
73.
Congo.
Let's say more.
I'm saying, bro, get at least 64 in this piece. I'm saying that she at least get like in the high 70s in this piece.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait to find out.
I do not think that I'm going to be from Nigeria like everybody else. Like, we look at a bunch of these and like 90% of Black people have heavy Nigerian roots. I don't believe I'm going to have those thick, heavy roots. I believe I'm going to be more West. I believe I'm going to have some of that Central. And yeah, that's about it. You know what I'm saying? I just think that my perspective on things is real different else. If you don't know, we were taken from all over Africa, Central Africa, North Africa, East Africa. We came from everywhere. Prisoners of war, everybody was getting.
Yeah, very, very few Black Americans came from East Africa, right? Like Nizi is only one of the few ones, right? With the Wangas sold, the Luo slaves, who then were taken to Black America. There are only 400 of them. So no, you're not really from East Africa, right? 400 people don't count. Right? You're
400.
I was waiting for more to say something. I knew he was.
That's over 500,000. What you talking about?
I knew it. Go on, more. Get into it.
That's 542,000 that we got documented coming out the slave ports of Madagascar and in Mozambique. Man, what you talking about? 400. Stop it.
I knew more would say something on this part.
And they stayed that number. People don't think, man. Logically think things out before you say it. You know, try to be logically cohesive and coherent. If that's how many slaves that were brought over here from East Africa, then those slaves didn't just die out and go extinct, or those products of slaves did not die out. Of course, they had children, so they multiplied, and more and more and more of us. African Americans are like 40 to 50 million strong. Right? We're very diverse in our backgrounds, and we come from different areas. Not even just including Africa, outside of that. So that encompasses East Africa too.
Right. Many people in Yap Gang have like up to 3% East African DNA. Like, we didn't get that from nowhere, fam. That's not just osmosis, my G. Like, that came through admixture with real people.
You know what he says? This guy says, though, about African Americans having East African ancestry. Those are the how does he put it? The noble African American.
Oh, he hit him like that. Hey, you might be right there with your Fulani supremacy, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Y'all might be injured.
Yeah, he definitely pushing that supremacy hard, man. All right.
You have to be an exceptional Negro to be from the East Africa. If you're Black American,
Negro,
so
my bad.
no, right? Everywhere about East Africa.
So bought and kidnapped all over Africa for hundreds of years, y'all. So
you were not kidnapped, bro. You were sold, right? There were collaborators who worked with the Dwight man in order to sell you for an umbrella, right? 10 Negroes were sold for one umbrella. 5 Negroes were sold for a mirror. So if you're looking at this, right, and 3 Negroes were sold for a bottle of gin, you were not kidnapped. You were sold out by your fellow brothers and sisters in West Africa. And that's the thing. Black Americans need to know this. Stop this whole pan-Blackism movement that doesn't actually do you any interest. You were sold. It was a business. You were seen as not ideal to be remaining on the continent. Now, sure, it benefited you. You're now a membership of the strongest nation in the planet. So, you know, that's something we can unpack later on.
We are not the same.
One time I asked my grandmother, my granny, about our family tree, and if memory serves me correct, she said that somewhere way, 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 way down the line was a Polish slave owner. We'll see. We'll see if there's like any of that region in my.
You definitely got a white man inside you. We just don't know if it's Polish. It's probably Iberian or maybe Nordic, right? But I doubt it's Polish, right? That's just a story that they get told down the line, right, over there.
Bloodline.
Well, you know, I got this red hair and freckles. It came from somewhere, so I'm really curious about what white is in my bloodline too. What you're
bro, at least your wife is somewhat looking African. She's 70%, like Meezy, right? You, brother, you are 63% black. You aren't even a Negro, right? You're out there looking like you've been mixing since the time of the beginnings.
Aspects. I think it's gonna be some indigenous. But you know, Maslo's either messing around or somebody married outside the family or something. But I definitely got our hair turns red in the sun for whatever reason too. So there's some.
And you gotta know it, right? And this is for all the Africans who have admixture envy. The brother is talking about his hair turning red in the sunshine. He's happy about that, right? Let me make this really clear to you. You know, I'm the Negro whisperer, right? I'm also the Horner whisperer, right?
The Negro
when these Negroes tell you shit like, "Oh, my hair turns this way, my skin does this," this nigga is excited, man. They're loving the admixture, man. They're trying to floss it off to you, you know, non-admixed Negroes. They're speaking your Ooga Booga languages. Don't play a fool
I
for
would
these
pay
people.
money
or
to have him
up in there,
and the
you know what I mean?
tailspins on the same panel, bro.
Excited to find out what that is too.
Me too.
And how strong it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you
Where I get
guys.
this dark complexion from.
Have you guys ever done an MyHeritage test or a DNA test?
DNA test. I do believe in the science, and I'm curious as to where it will lead me. This is definitely going to act as a roadmap for us out here traveling and our next destinations for next year. So really, really, really pumped up to get these results back.
Yeah.
That's all we got for now. We'll see you guys after our test results come in.
All right, I am so excited. So I'm on the page right now, and it says ready to explore your ethnicity. Let's go. So let's go.
How do you feel?
I am a little nervous. I don't know why, right? There's really no reason to. Okay. Music.
Yep. So she's gonna go ahead and give her finances. And Meezy, if you're there, I think you lost your connection a little bit. What's good? What's good? We got a full panelist. We're just gonna go and check the percentages of these Negroes, right? We're gonna see, is Black Americans really black, or are they something new? But anyways, let's shout out to the one that I predicted is 70% African. Then we'll look at a husband, and I think it's like 63% black. And me, at least I'm 80% black, right? My Horner side is only taking me down a little bit. And you know what? My features over there, I still got that blackety black look. My brother and my
what the hell is 80%?
Oh, he is me.
You're not gonna get a test that says 80% black. You're not gonna get a test that says 20% black. Like, this is some shit that he didn't. Like, you guys do this eisegesis shit, not with just the Bible. Y'all do it with DNA tests too. I'm 80%. What the hell is that? That don't even make any damn sense. I'm 90% white. No, you're gonna get a geographical location saying that these autosomes that you got match with this population that lives in this region. That's what that means. Like when you say when it says Nigerian, like we saw her 38% Nigerian, and saying 38% of your autosomes likely match with people living in that region. It don't got nothing to do with black, white, yellow, whatever color in the spectrum.
Yeah, I think Moore might be right. This guy might be mixed, but I'm not for sure because he said he's 80% something, and then he has Horner. So I'm like, is he like 80% Horner and like the rest is Nigerian, or is it like, I don't know. This
I got a hunch that half his people are from the Horn, and that 20% is like Arabian or something like that. Or like admixture from over that way.
Okay. Because I'm like, all right.
My sister and my dad, definitely different Q. We have to check them. Are they really black? But anyways, let's go ahead.
Okay.
Yo, let me guess. Let me guess, Kaizo.
I know y'all didn't catch that.
Yeah, you might have to run it
Yeah,
back.
I heard that, bro. Let's go.
He wants to question if his dad is really.
Bro,
black.
he just started nuking his family.
Yeah, he said,
Wow. You a whole
my
special
sister
G.
and my dad, they gotta test them and see if they really black. You question the people that you descend, like you come from your father's nutsack, dude. This is like insane.
So, what are we assuming his dad is? Is he Somali or Bantu or what?
I'm assuming his father's extremely disappointed, bro. That's what.
Oh my God. I gotta test my dad and my sister to see if they really black.
He done left me in here with this retarded son of a bitch. He ain't got no name tag on or nothing.
That's actually kind of interesting though. So he knows what his mom's side is then, because he's not for sure about his dad, but he knows his mom's side. So she could be, like what Morris said, a Somali woman, whereas his dad might be like a Bantu Somali or some type of mixed population. I don't know.
Yeah, why would he have to test his sister though?
And his dad, bro. And he said his mom's side is dragging his DNA down. That's what he said.
Right, bro. I'm good.
Yeah, he ain't being clear. I ain't gonna lie.
How is he even taking shots at anybody, bro? He doesn't even know if he meets his own criteria.
No, he meets it. He don't know if his dad meets his own criteria.
Bruh.
Yeah, this dude's confused.
Does he show his own DNA?
I didn't watch the whole video to find out.
Oh, okay.
It's an 8-hour video, by the way.
Are you kidding? Oh, wow.
It's a live stream, yeah. It was a live stream.
Before they show, because I'm the 70%er. I'm the 69 to 70%er, right? I would say she.
Yeah, hang on. Maybe tell these Dutchies out there watching this show now.
Hey, the Nation of Islam gonna be jealous, man. They got the 5% movement. You know what I'm saying? Now you got the 80%ers. You know what I'm saying?
They stole it. They got the 85% of movement. Oh no.
By the way, in a minute here.
No, you see some dusty ass African.
In a minute here, more. This conversation's about to sound like Clubhouse. That's all I gotta say. It's gonna give you some Clubhouse vibes in here in a minute.
Real Ruger, we gotta stop. Let's divorce this he hate himself stuff or you hate yourself stuff, because obviously he doesn't. He's okay with himself. He's not okay with other people, but because we always like, oh, he hated himself. He said this about his people. Let's divorce that terminology, please.
Especially the Africans, right? The Black Americans are overrepresented. But yeah, go ahead, brother.
No, that's all good. You know that's why we're the premium blacks. But look, mine is 70. I guarantee you that female is going to be around. The woman will be low 80s, and he will be either high 70s or low 80s.
Okay. So a little bit different from my prediction. So you said he's going to be like low 80s or high 70s, and she's going to be like
high 70s. She'll be low 80s. You're using fuzzy Bantu math.
Okay, shout out to you. For me, I say she's gonna be the 70s and the husband's gonna be 80. Jason, what's your prediction? What do you say for the husband and the wife?
For the woman, I'm seeing the phenotype and the hair texture. So her hair, I'm not really sure that, like, you know, because
like
females do a lot.
That's like 70%.
Yeah, that's 70%. So from that phenotype, it reminds me of Rwandan females. So I would say around 70.
Okay.
Yeah, and for the man, I didn't. Could you actually put the man back? I want to see how the man looks.
Yeah, let me bring back the guy. That's the man. Wait, 1 second.
Okay.
Yeah, that's him.
Okay. This is hard. Because I know like that phenotype doesn't look extremely black, but it looks black at the same time, if that makes sense. Right?
Yeah, I agree.
Well, to me, there's actually Somalians that have kind of look like the eyes, if you know what I'm saying, right? Like I
Yeah,
could
true.
see some features that kind of look. So I would say he could actually be 75% to
Okay.
like,
Mhm.
or maybe even like less. So yeah, just by
Okay,
looking at
okay.
his phenotype.
Yeah, no, that's a good. Okay, so the sister maybe 70. You actually think the brother is 75? Okay, the brother does look like similar to Nakmizi. Maybe that's why Nakmizi gave him a high black ratio over there. But yeah, Ola, what's good, my brother? Are you eating some pounded yam, egusi soup? What's good, brother? What's your thoughts on the conversation?
That guy is 60.
60. I agree with you. I say 65. Okay. Okay. Let's see, Ola. Let's see. So this is
He's
live
more
reaction.
African than me, guaranteed. Look at that nose.
Wait,
Okay, I mean, let me see. Okay, so I know a lot of mixed people, right? Most mixed people, they have a straight Eurocentric nose, right? They look similar to a Somalian, right? Those are the ones that people like the Meghan Markle type, or with curly hair, right? So with the nose, he could be. Let's try and be more specific with him. I would say he could be actually
No, they're talking
more
about
like a 65, right? So somewhere around that range. You know what I'm saying? So the nose, the reason I'm saying this is because of the fact that the way he looks, right? Even though he has a broader features, like broad nose, it kind of makes him look very different. You know what I'm saying? So like I feel like there's mixed guys that have a broad nose, right? And they could look like him. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like there's mixed people, there's biracial people. I think I don't know what's his name. Keel and Peel, right? There's this other guy's light brown.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, it looks kind of he's biracial. So you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I could say 65.
Yeah, both
65
Jordan
then.
Peele and the other one, the one that looks like The Rock, they're both mixed race people, but they kind of look negroid a little bit. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. We don't know. This
No,
is live
no,
reaction.
Kazo, The Rock. Look, the funny thing about this so-called black or whatever you want to call some of these guys in America that is heavily mixed, like someone like The Rock and Tiger Woods. You know, man, these guys, their fathers are not really black, man. Let's just put that straight. You know, have you ever seen the father of Tiger Woods? They call him black man. He look like an Indian man. You understand?
That's a good point. That's a good
You
point.
know,
Meghan
so
Markle,
so we have to put that. You know, the percentage of their fathers, even of The Rock and Tiger Woods, are not up to 25% Negro inside them. So definitely that is not black. When you're 50, that's what you call black.
Okay, that's a good point. That's a good point. So let's go and reveal the genetics. But I would say this, right? Africans and also Afro-descendant people, are Black Americans really part of the same movement, or are they a whole new breed? Let's go ahead and see. Kidola, you might be related. Yeah, it's 41% Nigerian.
41.8% Nigerian.
Before we reveal the rest of this, I just got a question for the viewing audience. Because this guy in his panel, and just like a lot of people, they love to do the phenotype game. And I can tell who you are by your phenotype or whatever. Watch this. I want y'all to tell me the ancestry of this guy right here on the screen. Can anybody in the chat tell me where this guy comes from, what people group he belongs to?
Can I take a shot?
Anybody can do it.
He looks like haplogroup D to me.
Haplogroup D, okay.
Yeah. Andaman Islander.
Yep.
You're wrong, but okay.
Oh, really?
I can see that. You're wrong. Anybody else want to take a shot? Where he's from, and I'll probably give it away by saying this, haplogroup D is either rare or absent.
I might take another shot unless you want somebody else to take it.
No, I just wanted to demonstrate the point. So we can't identify haplogroup by phenotype. It's the whole thing, fam.
Yeah, exactly.
Just wanted to demonstrate the point.
I want to
Watch it be like haplogroup K. So
That's probably more like more in line with what he would
Papua
be.
New Guinea. Is he a Papua New Guinea person?
Did sub-Saharan African autosomes create this look?
Heck no.
No.
I mean, you look at Jebel El Haroud, the 300,000-year-old Moroccan guy. You know, he pretty much looked like this dude right here.
watch him be a TikTok. Watch him be a TikTok star taking melanin shots.
You know. Oh, this is why that word black is confusing. I try to identify people. All phenotype is just confusing. These people are genetically far off from sub-Saharan African, very genetically, like they very Filipino ancestry, Austronesian ancestry, stuff of that nature, Southeast Asian ancestry. In a nutshell, is what these people have, and that's what you get. That's how they look. You know, so just want to throw that in there, man. You can't judge people just off how they look or what group you think they fit into.
You gonna tell us who he was? You're just gonna click the video.
Oh, you got it. He's a
he's Papua New Guinea. Okay.
Yeah, he's in that region. He's a Negrito from that region.
Okay.
Everybody's from Nigeria.
Okay, 20.
Terrible source ancestors, not me.
Okay. So Meezy is right. She is okay. So far, we don't know yet.
No, the look on her face is changed. It's about to get real.
20% European, right? That's North and West Europe. We're talking
Yo,
about.
bro, you over narrating like a motherfucker, man.
Okay. Let's go.
That's the same thing I said when I first watched it. Like, this dude want to shut the fuck up and let the video play. So you can see that. He over narrating like a motherfucker.
The flow, bro.
Percent North.
Okay, fair enough.
North and West European? That's a huge percentage. 15.9% Kenyan, you guys. Wow. I like the music.
I knew it. That's not Meezy's sister. That's how he knew this shit.
All right, and 15.7% West African. Wow, is that everything? I know it's still going. Okay. Okay, and 6.4% for more.
Oh shit, not Meezy. I guess it was between me and you, right? So if we add the to 20% with the 6.4%, she is actually 75% black. So neither me or you are correct. She was in the middle between us. The rest of it is Arab. Okay, interesting. So she's 6%
Wait,
Arab.
let the whole thing play out.
How the hell is the rest of it Arab? And this is my genuine reaction to this the first time I saw it. What is wrong with this guy? He said the rest of it's
he's
Arab.
interpreting the North. He's interpreting the North Africa as Arab. That's what he's doing. He's doing his own.
She's got American DNA. She's got some Sudan, Central African DNA. The gray is what the other stuff is.
Exactly.
It looks like some Scandinavian up there too.
Sure do.
And he was like, the rest of it's Arab. Stupidity, man. The stupidity, man.
Bitch niggas, I ain't fucking with y'all kind.
Are we already at 100%? That one, the second one is that how much European is she?
20.2% and then 6.4% Arab.
She's more European than I am.
Where's the Arab? Where's the Arab?
Oh,
Where's the Arab?
Is, the North African. Oh, okay. No, maybe I'm getting excited. That could be West African.
North and West European.
Oh my goodness. You guys, okay, first of all, I didn't, like, you kind of have like expectations or
so you can see it better here. Look, the gray part is the other ethnicities that were involved. You can see she got a lot over here in Canada.
Two Native American groups. Oh wow.
She has the Sahel.
Yeah.
It's
She looks Sahelian all day. You can tell.
Yeah. She's got some American, some South Central American autosomes.
You gonna let that slide?
Sudanese autosomes, Niger autosomes. For some reason, that means this all means Arab. For some reason, to this idiot.
That's funny.
Yeah, he's obsessed with saying that they both got Arab.
Really?
I don't know why.
Oh, wait till we get to the guy. Wait till you get to the guy, man. Oh my god.
Kind of little hopes or whatever, but I was surprised that it actually says 41.8% Nigerian, and the fact that the second largest ethnicity that popped up was 20.2% North and West European. Grandmama was right. Wow.
No, listen, North Europe and Poland are two separate things. Grandmama was almost right, right? You're not Polish. I knew it. You're going to be North European, right? We're talking about the Germans, the British, and those kinds of people. You're not Polish, sis.
Okay, and then we go back to Africa with 15% Kenyan, and then 15.9% Kenya, and then 15.7% West African. You guys, I feel, I don't know, because I know a bit more, I just feel really excited because this gives me more opportunities to delve deeper into these regions, the people, the culture, the language. So I'm super excited. Now, are you ready for yours, Mr. Yarbrough?
Yo, so
Okay,
what's the total, Kaizo, real quick?
Yeah, it's 100%, and so she didn't explain the Arab part, right? She kind of ignored it.
The Arab, where's the Arab part?
No, it's a 6.4%. It's throughout the North Africa.
The 6.4% is the Arab. This dude is fucking retarded, bro. It literally show you what the 6.4% is, bro. Fucking hate this dude, man.
They left me in here with this retarded son of a bitch. He ain't got no name tag on or nothing.
Bro, this is worse than American Cinewism, fam.
Wait, what happened? I stepped out for a minute.
He keeps insisting that the 6.4% of her DNA is Arab DNA.
Yeah, because he keeps thinking that gray in North Africa right there, or really the Sahel, but he keeps thinking that's Arab.
Yeah, it's not, bro. It's not. It's Central Africa. It's not even North. That bro.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know. He's obsessed with them having Arab DNA. I don't know why.
Yo, my family in the UK, get your pseudos on lock over there, fam. We can't be taking both sides of the pond like this, fam. That's too much work.
We're about to have an international issue on this.
You heard? Like, yeah, you know, it's about to be beef.
And the guy keep asking, "Where is the Arab? Like, where? Like."
Africa, like Berbers, Morocco. Those
But is it?
It's not even It's not even in Morocco. Oh, I'm gonna throw my mic, man.
Yeah. She doesn't have any North Africa lit up. I have the same DNA test, bro. I have North Africa in mind. She don't got North Africa lit up, fam. It ain't lit up, bro. I'm trying to.
Yeah, it's Central Africa, but he don't. I guess it ain't clicking.
The closest thing she got
to
Arabia is Kenya.
Right.
Go back to Africa with 15% Kenyan, and then 15.9% Kenya, and then 15.7% West African. You guys, I feel, I don't know, because I know a bit more, I just feel really excited because this gives me more opportunities to delve deeper into these regions, the people, the culture, the language. So I'm super excited. Now, are you ready for yours, Mr. Yarbrough?
Yo, so what's the total, Kaizo, real quick?
Yeah, it's 100%, and so she didn't explain the Arab part, right? She kind of ignored it. Let me see if I can take
Arab, where's the Arab part?
No, it's a 6.4%. It's throughout the North Africa, like Berbers, Morocco. Those
But is it on the continent of Africa?
Sure, it's on the.
So then you got to keep it as African. What is the total African percentage?
Oh, okay. I see how you. Okay, so okay, let's see. 41. Okay, 42% Nigerian, 16% Kenyan. So that's 42. Okay, let's do. I'm trying to do the maths right. So it's 40, 50, 60 minus.
This motherfucker can't even add.
Bro, you are definitely not Nigerian. Okay.
Motherfucker can't even add right. Like 42, nigga. That's easy to fucking round them numbers out and add that shit.
Bruh. I'm gonna laugh if dude is more African than she is though, because I got like aunts and uncles that look like him that are like 93% sub-Saharan African and whatnot. So I'm intrigued to see what his breakdown actually is for real.
Yeah, you'll be surprised. You're gonna be surprised.
Bro, subtract 20 from 100. Just do the simple shit first. So stupid, bro. Like, I would slap this dude in real life, man. Like, it's so fucking dumb. So stupid. Fucking hate idiots.
I bet you all three of us did the same thing in there. Did that right there. Just took the 20 from 100 and called it a day. I bet you all three of us did the same thing.
It's fucking retarded,
bro.
Fucking hate this dude.
They left me in here with this retarded son of a bitch. He ain't got no name tag on or nothing.
You know, somebody told me I would be a terrible like school teacher because I had that issue, right? Like,
nah, bro. I've been telling people I'd have if I had a school, you'd be the first teacher I'd hire, bro. I've been told that to people.
They'll fire my ass. Did you cuss out? Yes, I cussed his ass out, man. He can't be that goddamn slow. You know. He know how to play motherfucking Super Mario. He should learn how to fucking do math.
You Morgan Freeman on the roof.
You smoke crack, don't you? You know.
See, this is why he was talking stuff about it. Hold on, real quick. This is why he was talking stuff about his dad and his sister, right? Because I promise you they just own him because like this nigga's stupid, bro.
Bro. They're the Nigerians in the family.
Over there. Oh no, let me hang on.
Oh, this nigga can't do that arithmetic.
What's that's 32.
This nigga can't do arithmetic. He ain't lying. This nigga can't, bro. This nigga was struggling. This nigga said 40, 42. Nigga, where did he get 42 from? Nigga 43.
Take away the carry the one.
Basic shit, bro. Get your ass on somewhere.
Okay, it's about
let Kaizo write it down.
73% African, right?
How much?
73% African.
All right, so she's more African than me, but also more European than me.
Right. Okay. This is interesting. So let's see the husband style over there. Right. Okay. Oh, he's also Nigerian. So all you black Americans are Nigerian.
I think so.
That slip. That was a Freudian slip.
Oh shit.
So let's go.
His dad's definitely the song.
38% Nigerian. Give me some Akaraje. Oh no, Araka. Okay, 16.4% West African. I felt that in my blood. I know we there. Kenyan. I knew we was gonna be on that other side. 13.2. I hope we ain't kinfolk, girl. All right.
Oh shit, he's less white than his wife.
12.4 Irish, Scottish, and Welsh. 19% other ethnicity.
Well, maybe not.
Arab.
That's
Asian.
that's
What you mean
Arab.
maybe
He's
not?
more Arab. Like let's add that
Yeah.
19 plus 10. That's like at least
Bruh.
30.
See, he keeps thinking North African
That's
Arab.
more like
And
keep
Central.
think-
And the Central. And Central.
So according to his parameter, this guy isn't black or whatever that means. He's not a pure African. He's mongrel.
88%, but he.
No, but that's what this is. That 20% in his mind, even though it's Central African to Eastern African with the Sudanese, he in his mind that's all Arab.
Yeah.
And he likens that to what he heard what he said. Oh, not maybe not. He likens that to the white DNA, what he calls white DNA, right? 30,
It's
so he's
almost like
30,
he wants them. My bad. Go ahead.
yeah, he's 32% non-African. That's all he cares about.
Yeah.
Yeah, even though that's in Africa, but hey, this is the retarded shit you deal with on the internet.
It's like he wants them to be Arab to a certain extent. I don't know why.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Bro. He's trying to put a square peg in a round hole all day.
Yeah, he's obsessed with
forcing it. He's hella forcing it.
Mm-hmm. He's obsessed with it for some reason.
A black Arab to take his girlfriend. That's what it was.
I kind of wonder if it's because he has Arab. He might have Arab.
Bruh, see, that's what I'm saying. Exactly. Well, the moment he said East African, I was like, yo. Yeah, he got that vibe, bro.
Yeah, because if anybody's going to have Arab DNA, it's going to be East African.
And he was like, oh, he looked North African. That was his whole thing. So he believes he confirmed what he said in the beginning.
He believes he did.
Yeah, he's more European.
Here's the truth. Like there are a bunch of people in North Africa that look like that. You know what I'm saying? That's historically accurate.
But watch this. He's actually going to deny that there was black people in North Africa. He's going to be like, "What do you mean, black people in North Africa? What are you talking
about?" Yeah. Because remember, he looks at North Africa like he look at the Irish and Scottish and the Welsh part of his DNA.
Mm-hmm. He don't believe in black North Africans.
Yeah.
Asian, should I say? Okay, interesting. But he's similar to us. Yeah, go ahead.
Is it North Africa? Then you got to keep it as Africa. We can't pick and choose.
Africa, Central. Interesting. Okay. Liberia, Algeria, Niger.
Okay, interesting. So, okay, I get your point. Nakmizi still technically Africa, but these are Arabs. You got to make that distinction.
Arabs aren't. Let's be honest. Arabs, they're African, right? I know, like Somalis want to say, yeah, you're Africa, but you're not black. Let's be honest. Let me tell you why. Because a Arab doesn't have.
So again, this is the confusing shit with this black word. Remember, they was liking black African to black. Now you can be African, but it don't make no goddamn sense is what I'm trying to point out to y'all. This is the stupidity. And a lot of y'all subscribe to this. Some of the people that's watching it subscribe to this way of thinking. It don't make no goddamn sense. I mean, back in the day, y'all used to be like, you know what I mean? Black. Just shut the fuck up. I hate this damn game that's being played right now. It's very silly. And now you've had to break down why he's not black, whatever that fucking means.
Have a black person's phenotype. That's the truth. If I've seen like a female, she looks like a biracial, like a normal light skin, right? That looks Eurocentric, like a normal light skin, right? And she was half Arab. You know what I'm saying? There's also white passing Arabs, right? Blue eyes. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't like the African, yeah. But this whole thing with them being black, we have to be honest. Arabs as well, they actually took part of the slave trade. They actually helped with the slavery.
That region isn't Arab. Number one, you have.
So because people take part of a slave trade, what does that have to do with ancestry and who these people are? It's just very weird way of thinking. I've heard black Hebrew Israelites say the same thing, or those people in Afrocentric, those people who partook in the slave trade. All these Africans did, whether they North African, whether they West, Central, East, South, they all partook in the slave trade. What does that have to do with anything? Practices and culture and what you do while you're living has nothing to do with what nutsack and what egg you came from. It has zero to do with it.
Have Arabs and you have Berbers, and they absolutely can't stand each other. You got to look at the timeline from these the groups that they took, because all over North Africa you have descendants of Sahelian and West African enslaved people. I met a Moroccan dude who looked like a Black American. He told me he was Moroccan. I'm like, "You're Moroccan?" He's like, "Yo, there's Black people in Morocco." So there's a whole bunch of Black people in North Africa. So if you're gonna say, "Oh well, it's North Africa, so they're Arab," you're not being historically and geographically correct, because there are Black North Africans. That's a fact.
But what type of Black like North African are you talking about? How do they look like? What do they look like?
They look. I just
there it is. What type? Now it's types. Now it's like a certain look that you gotta have. Like, this is the weird idiocy that I'm talking about here.
Yeah, because they want. My bad. Go ahead.
And to address this, he didn't say that they were descendants of. We know there are. Matter of fact, let me just pull this up again. I did this last show.
Yeah, and he was talking about the Berbers up there. He was and the air. Man, okay.
The other guy's trying to make the argument, the one against the idea of Black North Africans. He's trying to say like, oh, they may be Black North Africans, but they're phenotypically not like, a Yoruba or an Igbo or something like that. That's the next argument that's about to be made here. Like, they may be dark skinned, but they have nothing to do with sub-Saharan Africans, basically. Black sub-Saharan Africans.
Yeah, what type of Black? Now it's what type? This is the type of
exactly.
They're moving the goalposts. Yeah.
And typically, when you gotta move the goalpost 1,000 times, your stance is faulty.
Facts, 100%. Like you're talking in circles. I'm right there with your dad and your sister talking this to you. All right, that's what that is.
All right, so for the audience panel, what type of Black is this?
Is it the right kind or the wrong kind?
What type? Yeah, is this the right kind or wrong kind? Is this the authentic one they did? And what are we using as a metric to even determine such a thing?
Is he the
Black?
Chicken oil Black?
Is he the sub-Saharan African Black, or is he the North African Black?
He's sub-Saharan.
Is he a plagiarized Black man?
I don't even. Sometimes you gotta shut your brain off watching these videos, man, because the amount of illogical garbage that they provide is just immense. This man is a Bagara Arab. He's an Arab.
No. You see, what actually happened is that he's, and you feel it in yourself.
He's obviously a descendant of a slave amongst the Arabs. That's what that is.
Insert bullshit here. That's pretty much the part we in right now. Here's another one.
You see, he's not really Arab,
Here's a Shua. Oh man, this one didn't come out that big.
You can zoom in if you use the mouse key.
Yeah, you can even ramp the Sahari and whatnot, and you'll see a good phenotype.
Black Arabs don't exist. You Afrocentrics.
They did the DNA of the Shua and the Bagara that people had. The same genetic markers as the other Arabic groups. And they look like that. Is that the right Black, motherfucker? That's what I'm trying to find out.
No, that's the wrong Black. He doesn't look Yoruba. He doesn't look Igbo. He's more Middle East.
I was gonna say he looked just right for like a casting in the Ten Commandments movie. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, he's too dark for 10 Commandments. They gotta be a little bit lighter than that.
Yeah, he could be more.
That's a joke, y'all. That's a joke.
No, he really hates himself. That was a joke.
You know what? That was a live stream. I wonder if those guys will actually come on this channel. We can kind of ask them some questions.
He's welcome. Here's another one, but it's all pixelated. Anybody on your free time, look up Bagara and Shua Arabs.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up one in a quick second. Hold up.
There's a group of them here.
These are not true Arabs. They're Arabized, actually. Arabized sub-Saharan Africans.
Those are descended slaves. I love this argument too. They descended of slaves. How you know they slaves? They black.
They're black.
Literally, bro. That's what I hear all day in the on the debates when it comes to North Africa and stuff. Everybody's got to be a slave. The what do you call the people with the H? Hard.
So this was the second example of not being able to tell someone's genetic ancestry just by looking at them. Second example.
Right. These are Sahrawi people in southern Morocco and whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got, yep.
Southern Morocco and Mauritania.
Yeah.
They look a lot like Fulani, actually. Well, at least that guy does.
Facts.
Is that the right black? Maybe
Is
that the right black?
Is that a Amazigh? Wait, no, you're still.
No, that's Sahrawi.
Oh, Sahrawi. Okay. Hannibal could have looked like a Sahrawi.
Yeah. These people carry my haplogroup or whatnot.
He a camel black.
He's a camel black. He's a sandy black.
Because there's different types of blacks now.
Well, the white supremacists do have their lingo when it comes to blacks. You got the sand N-words and you got the jungle N-words.
Hold on, there's one I'm trying to get. There's a good picture of Sahrawi I gotta get right quick.
What's that black group? What's the black they believe they one of the oldest groups there in Libya. I can't think of the name now.
Probably the Tobu or because the Tobu are Nilo-Saharan ethnic group, but you could be referring to. Well, you said Libya. Yeah, they're in Libya.
If you would have said it, I was like, yeah.
The Tobu or the Tuareg.
No, they're not Tuareg. They
Well, it might be Tobu. T-O-U. Tobu. T-O-U. D? Okay. Not Dinka, right?
No, that's Sudan.
And you said Libya, right?
Yeah. I'm about to find it. What? Because I want to know what type of black this is too.
They're gonna probably just say mix.
If you just type in Sudanese people, a lot of them people is Arabic, and they look straight up Africoid.
Facts.
Yeah, they literally descend from Arabs. Matter of fact, Ivry, remember we had that one brother. I forgot to reach out to him. I was supposed to have him do an interview on the channel.
Oh yeah, I remember. He was from Clubhouse. Yeah.
Yeah, he was J1, and he was
Sudanese. Yep.
Mm-hmm. The Dawada of Libya. They're one of the oldest groups there. They're supposed to represent like early Green Saharan residual populations.
Put the name in the chat.
Dawada.
Yeah, but I don't know. Hold on. Dawada.
G-A-W-A-D-A.
Okay, that's what I thought.
It's spelled D-A, water. See?
Man, these are clearly sub-Saharan African slaves. What are you talking about, bro? These people
They're
probably
literally called an Afro-Arab ethnic group.
no.
They literally are called that.
No. These are sub-Saharan African slaves, probably from Nigeria.
But what you're saying is he was right. You know what I'm saying? They are Arabs. You know what I'm saying?
But what type of black?
They Arab black. That's what it is.
Oh man, what type of black is this?
Look up Tobu, just shoot.
Yeah.
They're another ethnic group. Toubou.
It's the Dawada, right? One of the Dawada men right here. What type of black is that?
He's a Bedouin black.
He look like Meta World Peace, man.
You want some tamales or no? Maybe there's some chicken and green chili.
But yeah, just you look up the Tobu. They're Nilo-Saharan. Well, I wonder what they consider Nilo-Saharan North Africans, because there's no question that Nilo-Saharans are.
Yeah, a lot of Tobu E1B1B.
Yeah.
Oh, there are Tobu in Libya.
Yeah, that's what I thought you was talking about them. They're in Libya,
Nah.
Sudan, and Chad.
No, I was thinking of the water.
And they're Tobu are a lot of folks don't think about the Tobu, but they're pretty interesting population.
Yeah, it's believed that they got there in Chad in like 3,700 years ago. Is that the right type? Is that the right type of black?
Nope.
Nope.
That's all Arab right there.
That's wrong. That's the
I
Arab.
don't understand, bro. Like, I agree with the Ibra. I think he has some affinity to the Arabs to where he was just trying to force a square peg in a round hole. Because I really don't get the argument, man.
Yeah, he's just wants us to be Arab like him for some reason.
I mean, bullshitters will be bullshitters.
I've never heard that argument before. Like, so African Americans are now Arabs or whatnot. That's okay.
Yeah, that was new to me as well. I never heard anybody try to.
Never heard that argument before. That's a brand new one, fam. At least I appreciate you for bringing a new one, bro. A new pseudoism. You know what I'm saying? Coming to
right, black.
Oh wow, can't be.
That's a Tobo.
And I think another thing a lot of people are very unfamiliar with, and this really needs to be understood, because even that one guy, remember that dude we had reviewed, Jashub, who said that there was no such thing as black people in North Africa, who said that the Green Sahara is like basically hogwash.
Mm-hmm.
What a lot of people don't understand and need to research is the Green Sahara, and that there was black people per se in the Sahara for thousands of years. Like, it's not even new to have quote unquote Negroid or black phenotypes in North Africa. That's been there since Jebel El Harud, who's like 300,000 years old. And with the Assyrians, who are 150,000 years old, and et cetera, et cetera.
So if you want to get technical, having other phenotypes there is something considered like that would be a new thing in terms of the scope of time. It's not the other way around.
Yeah, dark skin is not new to North Africa. It's not always a slave thing, you know.
Yep, arguing in circles is what we call it. Black is what makes you a slave, and all slaves are black. That's usually how the argumentation goes.
Never mind.
It's funny how that works.
Never mind that the more enslaved Europeans by the millions, man.
I find it kind of ironic how people love to push the idea that all the slaves in history and are black, and that if you look at any black person in North Africa or Egypt, they have to be from a slave. But at the same time, they'll turn around and say, no, all people were enslaved. So why you keep whining African American about being a slave and all people were slaves? It's like, wait a minute, I thought you were just saying that every dark-skinned person outside of Africa is a slave. And now you want to switch the argument and be like, everybody was slaves. Like, what's going on? Why isn't it still both populations can be Africa or Egypt, not just the dark-skinned people?
What type of black? That's
what it boils down to.
You know, what type of black, Avery? Here's a piece on the Bagar Arabs.
I blame the curse of Ham doctrine for this. And the Hamitic hypothesis.
I blame Black Hebrew Israelite.
No, this we can't really put this on them. This predates them.
I blame bad methodology and bad weed, fam.
Bad weed. Yeah. Methodology, yeah.
I blame Pacroseeno.
I blame all their mamas for letting them stay in their basement and whatnot, man.
Oh my God.
Told you, one dude looked like me. If you look at the town of Meknes in Morocco, it was enslaved Africans that built that. Remember the slave trade prior to the transatlantic, and even before that, Mansa Musa, who went up there with a whole bunch of Africans. There's African, it's the same continent. You can walk. You see what I'm saying?
So you mean they look like horners then?
No, they don't necessarily look like horners. If you look at like Mali, they'll be extremely dark, but they might look like horners, but they're still black though.
I get it. No, I think they're not black. Let me tell you why. Right? And I'll be honest with this. Many these Somalians, even the darker skinned ones, right? But if they procreate, they're married to a European. I've already said this. The children, anytime they're with them, the kids never come out black looking. They all look European, basically. They have straight hair to wavy hair, right? And when they
all right, so this, I've been busy, but I've been wanting to do a video dedicated to recessive genes, dominant genes, co-dominance, complete dominance, imperfect penetrance. These terms, y'all need to understand it, man. Y'all need, because you hear stuff like that, what he just said, and it's something that needs to be understood. Just because you have a parent that may have a quote-unquote dominant gene, right? A dominant gene has a higher frequency in the human population, like brown eyes. There's more people with brown eyes in the human population than there are blue eyes. That does not mean if you yourself with brown eyes was to copulate and have sex and impregnate a woman with blue eyes, that your children will automatically have brown eyes. That's not what that means. And I really wanted to dedicate an entire video of just dealing with that. You gotta learn those damn terms. Co-dominance, dominance, imperfect dominance, stuff like that. Y'all have to learn that. Dominance does not mean, every time you get this person, because that's how he's thinking about it. He's like, well, if they really black, then why the kid is coming out looking like, light skin and, blue eyed and fam. That's not how copulation works. When we copulate and we impregnate a woman, our chromosomes mix with their chromosomes. It shifts, it changes. It's not cookie cutter. Sex is not cloning. We're not making clones. What's happening is a shuffling of the genes and they're being converted. It's not like, I'm making the exact same person that I am. No, this is the problem, man. And this is why I wanted to dedicate an entire video to just that. Go ahead, Moore. I see you open your mic, brother. Moore, you want to add something?
No, I'm on mute, bro.
Oh, I thought I saw you open your mic. Yeah, I got to do a video on that, man, because there's so much disinformation out there, misinformation
Yeah, I
about
agree.
how
I
that
agree with you
works.
on that, though. If anything, I definitely agree. You do need to do a video on that because those topics are those will really like. So we've done a lot to narrow the arguments that people can make, but what you're talking about really shuts the door on stuff. Yeah, like it really does. Because once you get into those, like the way admixture works, like what you're talking about, and all the different everything you mentioned there, like that, like because this is where people can get pseudo with it, and they're not getting checked on it, right? Because they don't because no one has the information to check in with it, right? And this is where like okay, we people have been given enough of the basic stuff with haplogroups, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. No, they need this bit here on admixture because that's the part that, like once you can't unsee admixture and how it works in genetics, like once you can't unsee that, like that's when all the racism just goes away. You can't even logically be racist anymore at that juncture, right? You understand what it is, like okay, I see how this works. Let me back off, right? But until then, like they get to do all that pseudo stuff that they're doing, right? All the liquor ship stuff. And admixture really makes you you can't do liquor shit with admixture. Like it's like it smacks you in the face once you start to get into it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's silly, man. Like, where do you begin? Like, okay, if a black and a white person let's say a pale Asian and I was just watching a brother that married a pale Asian. They make YouTube videos. The children are fairly dark. Does that mean, oh, well, see, that means dominant genes always dominate and show forth through the project? No, that's not what that means. It just means that conversion process, when those cells got together, that's the outcome that it happened to make. Same scenario. Someone that's dark and someone's light. Then they get the child looks very tan, or that's co-dominance. So y'all got to learn that.
Some people,
I'm going to go ahead.
No, I was going to say some people don't understand, but that quote unquote light genes or white genes, whatever, can actually dominate quote unquote black genes. And there's some examples of this that I can pull up, but I'm not going to. But
right. So people think the word dominate means to overpower. So they, oh well, if he's black and she's white, when I get with them, and he's truly that, then the child is going to automatically look like him. No, that's not what dominant means. Dominant does not mean overpower in the genetic sense. Dominant means the most prevalent on the planet. That's what that means. Like we see more brown eyes people. We see more people with those certain features, black hair and stuff of that nature. Y'all using the words wrong. Go ahead, Avery.
No, exactly. Like a lot of people will assume, like, if an African were to get with a European, the kid will always look more African than European. But take the time, and I can pull up some pictures actually if you want me to, but take the time and look up mixed Somali people. When a Somali person gets with a European, a lot of the times the outcome of the kid looks more European.
That's what they were just saying in the video, Avery.
Right.
Than African. Yeah.
Bro, even bro, I'll give you right now, like in my own family, right? Like, so again, there's males that are 90+% sub-Saharan African, right? That have my haplogroup, right? That are EM132, right? I've seen it time and time again to where they'll have a child with a blonde hair, blue eyed girl or whatnot, and the kid comes out blonde hair, blue eyed. Like you would assume, like, no, the kid's gonna come out black hair. Like, nope. Not at all. Like, and again, here's the cold part. Like, I got a cousin. Like, he got 3 sons. All 3 of them are blonde hair, blue eyed. All 3 of them out here looking like Steph Curry and whatnot.
Right.
And he's super black. You feel what I'm saying? He's not light skinned in any way. He's off that Wesley Snipes ish. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, like he's off like the 90+. Like he's like 92, 95%, something like that. Sub-Saharan African. It's nuts.
Let me see if I can pull up some examples. Actually, go ahead.
I mean, if reproduction worked like these people think it worked, there would be no Drakes. There would be no Stephen Currys and what the other Splash Brothers. There wouldn't be anybody looking like that. It wouldn't be.
Yeah, Klay Thompson or whatnot.
Klay Thompson, yeah, it wouldn't be nobody
Klay
looking like
Griffins or whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
It's just silly. Incomplete dominance is when the dominant gene that we're used to seeing, like brown eyes, whatever, don't show up. That's what that means. And what we call recessive genes penetrates and expresses in that child. And this all happens through chance. It's a crapshoot. It's a random mixing of cells. It's not cookie cutter shit. It's not cloning. Go ahead, Avery. What you got?
You telling me this ain't Star Wars?
No, this ain't Star Wars, man. You can't be like what's his name? At the theme, what are you say his name?
Jango Fett.
Yeah. Jango Fett cloning is no. Clone War.
Oh man. Thought this was Star Wars.
Hey, real talk. We need to each take one of them terms or whatnot, and each do a presentation on them, joint. Because like for real, like real talk, this is serious. Like this is where the rubber meets the road, bro. We can kill a lot of pseudo with this stuff, man.
Yeah, it's just dumb shit. That's why he thinking the way he thinking. Like, oh, well, if he was really purely black and his children would all look like. No, bro, that's not how it works. And let's take humans out of it. We wouldn't have no variation if reproduction worked like that. Look at the dog. Like within the last 200 years, we have created so many breeds of dogs that look totally different from each other. Look at a Frenchie and look at a Chihuahua and look at a damn Great Dane. Totally different. Different morphology, different hair color, different eye color, different everything. And a lot of these breeds come in a very short period of time, showing the variation and showing you that reproduction is not cookie cutter. It's not like a cloning machine, an exact copy. No, like these cells and stuff are mixing up and producing, a new thing.
By the way, give me a second. I almost got it.
I'm done going through my little scientific rant, man. It just, you hear this shit every fucking day, man. It's just weird how people look at it.
All right, here it is. I got it.
Avery, you get with somebody that don't have the same skin color as you, and that baby come out looking like that person, you're not really black.
Yeah.
That's because he's an Arab. Group.
He's an Arab.
With a Japanese apple group, you know what I'm saying?
I'm Arab. Anyways.
Can
you see my screen? So this guy right here, and keeps moving. Or this guy right here, he's half Somali. His father is Somali and his mother is British. I'm just gonna show you his phenotype. Give me a second. I'm trying to click it. This computer's acting slow. This is what he looks like. Wait, I went to the first image. Hold on. Again, Somali father, British mother, and this is what the dude looks like. Most people will probably assume he's like 100% Western European or maybe Mediterranean Greek or whatever.
Like a Sephardic Jew.
Yeah, they'll assume something like that. But no, he's mixed. He's half Somali. But it looks like he's mostly European. And there's another example. There's a few other examples. Let me just exit out right here. This girl right here, she's half Somali and half European. Believe it or not. And she looks like a typical white chick. But she's half Somali. Half Somali. And lastly, you have this woman right here. She's half Eritrean
and half Serbian. But she looks like she's probably Spanish or something like that. Like she could pass for like a Spanish woman. But she's half Eritrean, which is East African, by the way, just in case people don't know about Eritreans. So, yeah, quote unquote, black genes or African genes aren't always dominant. They aren't always.
They don't always express.
Exactly.
They think it should always express, no matter what. That's what they think the word dominant means.
Yeah, that's
yeah. Because y'all believe in the white man's science.
It's funny because they trying to use a Mendelian way of explaining things. You can't use Mendel swears. That shit 100, 200 years old. It's not how it works. It's more complicated than that. But anyway, man, it's 12:30. I got to get up in the morning. I hope you guys got something from this. Us breaking down these two idiotic videos. One from my main man, Pacroseeno, and what's the Biblical Rumble Room YouTube channel. And then this East African supremacist and his confusion. And he believes if you're not 80% African autosomally, then you should be a servant to people that are 80% or more. And you're not a true African, you're not authenticated. And your Arab mix, you're a manzer, as you Black Hebrew Israelites like to say. Hope y'all learned something, man. You got something out of this, man, because the level of pseudo is increasing every day. The dark side of the force is winning. I'm out of here, man. I really got to go to bed, but I hope somebody got something out of this.
Yeah, I learned that the author that the Jewish author of the book was Yap. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead, Moore.
Oh, and I learned about this new African American Arab pseudo breakdown.
Yeah.
We are true. We are the true Arab. Shout out to you.
Shout out to yeah.
Windows. Go to your windows and yell out. Scream with all the life that you can muster up inside your bruised, assaulted, and battered bodies. I am sick and tired of being
I don't wanna be another nigga. Tell the government I don't wanna be another nigga. Tell them white folk I don't wanna be another nigga. Tell them black folk I don't wanna be another nigga. Tell the world I don't wanna be another nigga. Waiting with my hands out, broke in the hood, they give a damn about. Bragging to my homie about the hoes I fuck. Drinking bottles after bottle, plus I smoke too much. I never had a job that would pay me well. I took what I could cause they gave me hell. Spend what I stole on some clothes and kicks. My ex-girl say I want to mount to shit, but she suck and fuck when my car roll up. Tried to fuck her sister, but she talk too much. Her mama shake her head whenever I come round. Whatever high I had when I saw her might come down. I barely go to church, but I say I will. I bow my head right before I eat my meal. The world's fucked up and they claiming I'm to blame. It's a damn shame, cause I don't wanna be another nigga. Tell the government I don't wanna be another nigga. Tell them white folk I don't wanna be another nigga. Tell them black folk I don't wanna be another nigga. Tell the world I don't wanna be another nigga. Waiting on the play to come through. Chilling with my homeboys plotting on you. Watching movies how to come up quick. Recruiting young niggas I can come up with. Barely read books but they down to shoot. Live life breaking rules, they got something to prove. Parents ain't around, they got nothing to lose. Wave the tool on a fool for some brand new shoes. Little child running wild in the streets. Wanna be a G, so he look up to me. Try to hit the block and make a name. Claim he caught a body, now we got it and he feeling all the same. Till the family of the victim come knocking. Bailing through the corners of the ghetto till they shot him. You still dying and they claiming I'm to blame. It's a damn shame, cause I don't wanna be another nigga. Tell the government I don't wanna be another nigga. Tell them white folk, I don't wanna be another nigga. Tell them black folk, I don't wanna be another nigga. Tell the world, I don't wanna be another nigga. Always trying to sell you something. Don't really know shit, but try to tell you something. Tap dance if you want him to. Could've fed the hungry, but he bought them jewels. Won't ever look back, cause he gotta keep moving. Even if he leave his own people bamboozled. Taking credit like he did it by himself. Too much pride to realize that he really had help. Only judge a man by his wealth. He ain't me, so he can't feel how I felt. He saw me walking and he ain't looked back, too scared. We make eye contact, so he can say he didn't see me when he drove by. And I can say he didn't see me and it's alright. He just want the fame from the game, it's a shame. I bet he think I'm just another nigga. Tell the government, I don't wanna be another nigga. Tell them white folk, I don't wanna be another nigga. Tell them black folk, I don't wanna be another nigga. Tell the world, I don't wanna be another nigga.